Una cabo, this now a boy picking twice eyes on the beat. Fix me listening to Epic Radio 99.3 FM. So refreshing, alright?
Epic Radio 99.3. It's so refreshing.
7:13 at 10 from City Clock. Good morning, Freetown. Good morning, Sierra Leone. And of course, a warm greetings to our listeners across the world, and whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. And of course, we are broadcasting. And of course, welcome, to the Epic Morning Show. And we are broadcasting live from our studios at 54 Ellicott Road, Freetown, Sierra Leone. And also on frequency modulation 99.3 FM. The Epic Morning Show is a 2-hour 30-minute program. We divided into two engaging segments. And the first segment of the Epic Morning Show, we bring in guests to discuss on critical issues that demands critical answers. And in the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, we review the front pages of the newspapers and also invite analysts to break down and analyze the major stories that are making the headlines. And today is Tuesday, the 27th day of May 2025. And of course, I'm your host, Evangelist Lee. Stay with me for another insightful and informative show. And of course, inside the Epic Morning Show today, we can talk about the plans for the youth of Sierra Leone, a conversation with the Minister of Youth. So we got a conversation with the Minister of Youth today. And of course, thank you very much for choosing us this morning and for spending the next 2 hours 30 minutes with me. And I'm sure you know we will get spending that time with me. And thank you very much for making us be part of your morning schedule. So no go no say as we talk to the Minister of Youth this morning, so to go close to your radio and make you can and get an understanding about awaiting the plans of the Ministry of Youth and to the Minister, and that's where they come for can talk in the show this morning. So not going on side, we go for short break, and when we come back, we go take a morning's message for today. Stay tuned. Alright, and welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick Television Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM, that you will listen in part of Freetown. You can listen to it through Choice FM and our Facebook live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. And thank you very much for choosing us this morning. Our morning's motivational message, and we can go back to history, and this is very much important. Like how you pray your bed, not so you go lead on day. Like how you make way for yourself, not so things go happen. I mean, that's so first time people can say. I mean, when you go to sleep, if you bed neat, not so you go lead on day neatly. If you're untidy, then not so you go lead on day. I mean, this got a whole lot of meaning when it comes to life itself. Like how you go through, how you make your life for yourself. Now, so the results could be at the end of the day. So make sure you got a positive lifestyle. Make sure you straight in your life, just like how you go straight in your bedspread. Make sure you straight in your life, and at the end of the day, you'll get a positive lifestyle. Where even you picking yourself, or you picking born itself. I mean, God, ma say me papa, or me grandpa, or me auntie, or me mommy, or me granny. But that's a positive lifestyle. Wow, for copy. So this is now morning's message for today. Make sure you're always careful which way you do, because those coming up, they actually look up to you for making them copy good things that we don't do. This is now morning's message for today. Make sure you use it until the 27th day of May 2025. Stay tuned.
Sweat from make you get the and tomato. But once that girl you show the young go must tomato. Now we don't make it take and take. Well, body now we don't make it take and take. If you believe you go receive them. Say you go make them gently. Now we don't make it take and take. Well, body now we don't make it take and take. If you believe you go receive them. Say you go make them blessings follow you.
The rain day about to start. I'm sure you know say you roof day. Say you know way that is unique na in your own way. That make most of the roof zinc where we they use they give you so many problems like leakage, broken nail mark, them pan the way weak, we know the tail, we not able to weather condition and broken other thing them. Now I get good news for you. JBS don't introduce self-lock roofing zinc them. Self-lock roofing zinc. Then they produce it with advanced technology we guarantee you don't get no leakage, no nail mark. That the best for weather and it will last long. The other good thing about self-lock roofing zinc, it even cheaper than the other roofing zinc them that the market. When you get your self-lock roofing zinc, get every end and then one sun wake in cherry every breeze when they blow, no they scare you again.
I don't use them by roofing zinc them for the past years and them all the same. Some can leak bad one, some they was quick and some ask for install. But ever since them introduced me to self-lock roofing zinc, all things don't change. Me home no safe and dry and no more disappointment or focus yes. Me office use for leak bad one anytime it rain. Water keeps flow all about and they damage documents and even equipment them working cost me boku couple and this can frustrate me and they cost me heavy one. But ever since I switched to self-lock roofing zinc, not for even a single drop I the experience again. No more leakage and no more losses. Now the best roofing decision we I don't ever make.
I don't work with all kind roofing zinc over the years and most of them just for the last. Poor quality, the ask for install and all time the client and they end up for callback and complain. But from where I don't know about self-lock roofing zinc, everything don't change. Them strong, easy for fix and it last long. Now the only roofing zinc I recommend and I believe I'm for work. If you want for buy boku, call me at 077-858-132 or visit me with factory na Mimi Drive Liverpool Street, Gagima Waterloo. Self-lock roofing zinc, it guarantee the bill for some tough weather.
Road not for you, so you for take 10 use If you work out all day drive, you for always take care.
The Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority want for tell the public and then customer them, but then TSO where they don't decide. One, they not introduce one mobile workstation. When we say they go make arrangement for computer them, printer, license, bank, and all the thing them when necessary for process license, and then go put them at that mobile workstation there for make sure say the SLRS service you able forget them now you do much for bring the authority to the people. Two, they now activate one toll-free line 844 Africell. Citizen them can now use them for good road safety by way where they will call SLRS toll-free 844 24 hours 7 days inside the week for report accidents, motorcar them where they can just left that street and the one them we can move down and any other thing will concern traffic. 3, in line with regulation 55.6 of the road traffic regulation 2011, all vehicles for get safety team them where one pan them na first aid kits. 4, for drive motorcar wey no register and license they against the Road Traffic Act 2007 and Road Traffic Regulation 2011. They will tell you we go against the law for register and license that motorcar and say we so pay fine before they go left that motorcar. If you fail for take your motorcar where they seize, after 6 months you go forfeit them by court order and then go auction them as a day na regulation 90 of the Road Traffic Regulation 2011. 5, if you fail for put triangle where they reflect na the front and back of the motorcar where broke down where you left na the road na offense where they in line with section 1151 of the Road Traffic Act 2007. Then go tow the motorcar and na you go bear that law 60. SLISA they encourage all the one them where they use the road for abide and act according to the road safety law and regulation them. Remember say what man talk and say ignorance of the law is no excuse use. You get responsibility for act safe. We say we so get the right for protect people them where they use the road and make road safety good. For no more, feel free for meet SLRSA Public Relations Unit. Now them number yaso 076-858-635 075-197-896 076-112-323. Now SLRSA bring this message to you.
The road now for you, so you for take 10 use am. If you work out or they drive, you for always take care.
May I have your attention, please? Are you planning your next trip? Think Air Sierra Leone. If you're looking to travel to London or Lagos stress-free, visit us now. Now, number 2123 Siaka Stevens Street, Freetown. Air Sierra Leone flies directly between Sierra Leone to the United Kingdom, as well as from Freetown to Lagos. 30,000 feet above the clouds, Air SL flies so high, departing from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. sharp from the Freetown International Airport, with ticket prices that will fit your pockets. Book today. Now flysierraleone.com. For get quick chats with one of our attendants, call +232 90-838-071. Connecting Sierra Leone to the world. Fly with ease. Air Sierra Leone, our flag, our future.
Epic Radio.
Alright, and welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick Television Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM, you're the distant part of Freetown Safe. You can listen to it through Choice FM and our Facebook live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. And most of the roofing sheets them we can use, something can give you problems like leakages, complicated roof nails, short lifespan, poor weather resistance, and more. For lock roofing sheets where JBS they make for we, and of course they reproduce with advanced technology we guarantee, and of course with no leakage, no nail mark, and of course not the best for weather condition in the country, and of course they last longer, and of course they withstand rain, sun, and heavy breeze as well. So if you want to do business with them, you can call JBS. You can call them on 077-858132, 077-858132, or you can go on the factory at Mami Drive, Liverpool Street, Benguma Road, Waterloo. So that inside and there you can go if you want to do business with them, and also you can call them at the number we are just announced, 077-858132. So we continue with the Epic Morning Show, and of course we get big personality this morning, and of course 60% of Salone population my youthful people them. I mean, we have people who say, my youthful population we get. So early life of a minister born on the 24th of October in the 90s. Okay, I don't say plenty people want to know the exact year, but in the 90s, probably minister go on for tell we the exact year, but put it in the 90s, or probably in the 80s, sorry, to be specific. Yeah, and in both cities, Southern Sierra Leone, and of course, minister born Mr. and Mrs. Alfred Sano, we and parents them, and the minister began in school na St. Francis Primary School, and later, a further education to the Bow School. And of course, where he get excellent performance in terms of academic and also leadership, and also he served as senior prefect. Well, after he sit in WASC in the 2006. And of course, with the distinction, he began to get a nickname as SP. Well, probably the SP can stand for senior prefect, or it gets another meaning. That, of course, the minister said gets to answer to that particular question. And also, again, admission that same year to the Fobi College University of Sierra Leone, where he pursued a bachelor degree in linguistics and political science. And he later advanced in his academic journey with a master's in public administration at the Institute of Public Administration and Management, that's IPAM, which of course he completed that in 2019. So in career, and a lot of in political career, Sano started a professional career, took off in 2018. He was appointed Deputy Executive Director of Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, And in 2020, he also rise to the position of executive director. In 2020, during his tenure, he actually spearheaded the launch of the Sierra Leone first biometric license in 2021, and also a milestone that marked the full automation of license service in the country. In August 2023, he was appointed Deputy Minister of Communication and Technology and Innovation, and where he held until his present position, where His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Madabio, we appoint sometimes in April, the 8th of April to be specific, and he began officially in work on the 15th of May 2025. So we are opportunity to have the Minister of Youth Affairs, Ibrahim Sano, we are the newly appointed minister, and we can't say we waiting in plan for the ministry. As I say earlier on, 60% of Salone population, I mean, not youthful people then. So much expectation, or plenty expectation there for young people. So we introduce the minister shortly, and after this break, stay tuned.
Well, body now we don't make it take. If you believe you go receive them, say you go make them gently. Now we don't make it take them. Well, body now we don't make it take them. If you believe you go receive them, say you go make them. Blessings will follow you, favor will follow you, everything will bother you. Say you go make them. Good things to follow you. Feeling go better you, and nobody no go bother you. Say you go make them. Words so tell me thank you. Be like a lie, go tell before you make them. But what a man breed, and told him for himself, yeah. Even the party that from bullet still and rich and self, yeah. Put you up to God.
Welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick Television, Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM, you're in a distant part of Fritong, and also our Facebook Live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. And we are pleased to have the presence of Minister of Youth Affairs, Ibrahim Sano. Good morning and welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Good morning listeners, good morning Epic, and thanks for having me.
I hope say being Creole, you find interesting Creole. I make for understand say during the press briefing, the Minister of Information, you praise the minister. I mean, when they use Creole as a means of communication, what try very hard for keep on strictly in Creole conversation this morning.
Thank you, but if that not unusual,
that's unusual. Okay, so how has it been like for you? I mean, coming up as a kid, was this part of the plan? Say, at some point, for going to politics and reaching this height so far as the Minister of Youth?
Yes, it was part of the plan because my story is similar to many Sierra Leoneans' their story with a humble beginning.
Okay.
I mean, I was born to a family, a small nuclear family, and my mom, my dad. So I grew up with my mom, my dad, my siblings, and my mom had one or two other picking their way with the men, and we all in one great single room been there. And I remember vividly well, Usa nurtured this happy because the whole Usa will be the group now. I'm big yard and Abu, now Maribata and Goma Street, and actually saw suffering at that moment growing up. I had love, but I was deprived, grossly deprived, in the sense that you're only sure of getting a meal if you wanna eat. Like if you wanna eat today, until the parent for sacrifice to your food for cool rest, and then one day we can eat, and then the morning you go school. So I grew up in that kind of setting, and they also they direct me for school fees that time. School fees now be like 3,000 I can recall. So I remember I said they direct me for school fees 1 or 2 times, and this is how I got help. So one church can step in, and this is how I became a Christian. So the church stepped in now, and Reverend Johnson, there we go, one church now, but we don't call Harvest, New Harvest. So he stepped in now for help the fees, and there with me mommy, and so that's it. So I grew up in that kind of settlement. But when I went to both school and I began open small, beg your pardon. So each time I come back, the weekend we can get break. I come back weekend, that kind of setting. So there and then I began to actually resolve. So well, I have no choice. But one day, I hope God will give me the opportunity, and I will change. I will see how I can for ameliorate the suffering of waiting may go through, because imagine in the back of holiday will be going to village, and walking going to village even worse. And they're walking in as them big town they will better, but we're going to village even worse. So that's how I nurtured the whole thing of entering into politics.
Alright, from St. Francis to Bush School for Big College and IPAM. I mean, take me through 2 minutes in that journey there.
Okay, so St. Francis was not much. Both school, gradually I begin to realize myself. But at church actually, so the church where they go, they begin put you then small church program on the Sundays, and therefore read scriptures. So they begin expose me, and then both school begin act play and rise to the rank, and then begin represent the school by quiz and debate competition. And for that's how I came to Freetown for the first time in 2002. We came at debate competition, YMCA. And I remember the very first time at Freetown, all I wanted, the competition better not be focused. I just want to snap picture in a stadium, U building and St. John for go and bluff back the company there and all that. And then fast forward, Fabric College, I became a student leader. I was the head of the black family, the entire Fabric College before I left 2010. And also became the campaign manager for Francis Mark, then elections. Well, we go to first election, we then see so they win, then they scatter the election, and then the second election, another history. And so, but I don't go into politics way back in my secondary school days.
Okay.
Yes, so I remember I did like Form 5 in 2004, 2005. They had this program called Under the Palm Tree. So I was recruited because I was also participating in then debate competition and then Abo. And so I was recruited for partake on the program Under the Palm Tree when I be like a support program for late Solomon Berra. And so now we'll be the Guna Radio. So I was representing the students. I remember even when Solo Bigo Bo after 2006, we win the flag bearer election. Now me then being appointed for give the vote of thanks in our coronation field. So there and then I became spotted and my political journey starts. Fabric College, fast forward, but I had an intention. So we would done Fabric College 2010, but of my colleagues there said they go find job. Me, I had the purpose, say no, me I had to go for politics. And I remember then we all first go to Mother Bill, me and some few of my other colleagues there.
That was in 2012.
2010.
2010, okay.
Yes. So now Ban Lane. But there was this other man we Kadisi can they permit, and then we had a good interaction. But we don't interact and support you again. We'll be there for a big college for Francis Mark, because that election if I be all they be support you as a woman and all that one day. So we had a discussion, and I can't let her give me a card for campaign, I give me money. So that's what me switch can to Kadisi then.
You work with on 2012 elections.
Yes, and I became her protege and personal assistant, also planning the campaign. And even when they announced the results for 2012 elections, because of that trust for the flag bearer, she now me call for go represent for inbox. So that's how I became strategic.
Okay.
And then after that,
you moved to 2017 Julius Madabi.
No, 2014.
2014. Okay.
So I enrolled for masters. What do you see so for the masters, and maybe this goes out for young people there. I don't know that masters from 2014, but I didn't have money to pay. So 2019, 2018 I began with SLRSA and I paid 2018, and so we graduated 2019. But since 2014 I done that masters. I mean my colleagues then the likes of Honorable Abdul Latif na APC na Parliament, we were classmates. And so 2014 we done the masters again. I remember I had an opportunity for work. I go start my own small business. And I say no, I need to work. I go back for politics. But I can be saying now say by 2015, 16, Kadisi say be done kind of not be the feel it be done unwell. And so as I go find the current president one day, I go find him. I say, sir, I can't find him. I know say Antigadi not well, but whatever role I be the play for Antigadi, I'm available in case you need me. And I say really where go they come.
So that was in 2018?
No,
2017.
2015.
15, okay.
Yes. It's so well good he come. So that's how I started going there, Najuba. and then we set up a small secretariat. We try for build a flag bearer campaign again. So that's how. So my whole life has been politics.
Okay. So in 2018, you get your first, should I put it as political appointment?
Yes.
2018, working for deputy director for the Sierra Leone Safety.
Deputy executive.
Executive director. Okay. Do you see it as so from SLRSA to the Ministry of Communication, and now the Minister of Youth? Let's talk about your journey at the SLRSA before to the Ministry of Communication. Let's talk about SLRSA.
I'm always grateful to SLRSA. SLRSA was a test. It was, I would say, an adult test for my youthful test in terms of leadership. Because don't forget, we have been all 18, going to 19. I became senior prefect in Abo School, and I had like over 1,000 pupils who have been there, and I was like superintendent over them. The one that we go to school, no. And me go determine if you go eat today, and me go determine how you go sleep. And so all of this, the pupils there, we don't come up school, don't come down. I was not in charge. So SLRSA was another test, and I'm grateful to David Pandanoa, because he also gave me that kind enabling environment for showcase my ability. And later with the appointment, I became the substantive head. But as deputy executive director, basically I was in charge of operations. So I remember one of my very first tests, assuming office in a week, we had a lot of we began beaucoup problem in terms of people they complain for their work. Turnaround time was difficult, and turnaround time was really not there, because some man go come for license wait for going 2-3 days, they go take you for like 1 week, 2 weeks. Still some of the non-staff then, where they pose as agents, so they call goat people, they engage into the dabaru stuff by eating people their money. Okay. Some man go eat people money, lost force. So all them problem them in there. So I remember I mean for call me boss them Panda, I not be there in town, by then go Washington, and I say, look, I am acting, but this is the situation. And I say, no, you the act, go ahead. If you go wrong, take responsibility. If you go right, then you get the accolade. So the first thing I did was to have an informal meeting when one day happened at SLRSA, get a mix. I meet with the low staff there, not even directors or managers, the lower cadre staff. Okay. And some don't take 20 years, some other take 25 years. In fact, we had a staff who don't take 30 years. Here from the inception of SLRSA. So I began to get all their opinion there, and I sit down, compare, and I say, okay, no, we have to do this back, we have to do this back. And we'll do that, and we'll see the turnaround time improve, and then we see, say, in fact, there was a lot of corruption going on. And so that really made leadership start.
So let's get a summary of this. Waiting people will remember, Salon people will remember, say, okay, now this Ibrahim Sanodu when he be the work for SLRSA.
Oh, well, I think if you talk to the staff, you don't need to blow me your horn, but if you talk to the staff, they can tell you. Okay. Because one thing I do the very first time I became executive director, I try to harmonize the staff structure. So we therefore hire a HR consultant. We can do a whole holistic restructuring of SLRSA, because we had people where they pay past other people there and all that. So we didn't have that kind of, even if you want to promote, which level you go, which are the mode of promotion, which are the criteria. So we'll not be getting that kind of thing in there. We also not be able to got a HR manual where we say in case the staff default. So that was the first structuring I did. And once we structure, we harmonize the salaries as well. So then I want major thing. So then they can make staff compliance can increase. And secondly, I make sure say Nami increase or heighten digitalization or automation at SLRSA. So what do I mean by that? First, Kailan for them process license pass and counter Freetown. Bo process license pass and counter Freetown. But we did a system where we connect all the computers there to a server, and the way we say you're able to know which server, which if that computer they on na Kailam, they register to me in our office. If you know they on, it will register. If they on, it will show green. If you know they on, it will show red. I able to determine how much revenue they make per day. I able to see all that one day, because we did an API links with the bank, with the banks, all the bank they work with. And guess what? In 3 months, we see an exponential increase in revenue, because we see say now at least I therefore ask you why you know work today, and this you know get that thing, oh the staff let the car the work not turn on. So that are the first. Secondly, in terms of automation, we now me also put I did a very first time they falsify the vehicle register, the temporary vehicle register. So now make out a system where we get QR code enable for falsify again. And then I also do the biometric driver's license. SLRSA first the driver's license, they can even print an isolation any side. We get a complaint. So after with police business, I did a whole research, get a team go Nigeria, other team go Ghana, and so we've introduced the very first biometric driver's license in this country. And till today, that license it's compared to international best standards because the products that we use, the nanotex, the chromites, everything that we use, these are ISO certified. And then we come to the life card, the one that we get vehicle before the so you say SLRS and Vanguard they be the key where they write out with pen. So the very first transformation we do was how we came for making an write this with pen. So they begin printer because of the automation we do. So make step 1, step 2, step 2 to the last step. Meaning as you click on the last step, the life card it prints for instance, but still it was Vanguard. We transition again say no, this Vanguard it soak, it go spoil. So let's do the bicarbonate card. So we'll do that small bicarbonate card with the size now be the license, but you're not getting features of the license here. But you only get the QR code. We mean say it can prevent a lot of vehicle theft. Because when someone in life card also seek out our scanner, would they able to tell you would I get the vehicle? So that kind of automation let me there. And all these accounts for increase in revenue. I also do the strategic plan. Also today me begin plan or my whole life any side I want for plan first. So I did a strategic plan at SLRSA for maximize safety because I had a lot of safety which is and through that strategic plan we'll be able to get the very first accident account, victims and everything, and we'll even do analysis for the economic value and loss. We're able to set up and revamp the R&D, Research and Development Department at SLRSA. We one Mr. Tucker be the head, and we had other interns that we can populate. So I did all of that, and holistically and summarily, I'm on record to have generated the highest revenue at that time at SLRSA.
All right, so we'll deliberate is skip the Ministry of Communications because when we come back, young people business, you get a whole lot of things for discuss about. So let's pay attention to the Ministry of Youth. Your appointment actually come as a surprise or not something where you would expect?
Truly come as a surprise. Truly. Yes. Well, I thank God, and I want to for this opportunity to thank His Excellency the President for the confidence and trust we get in me. Because here's a situation where they're ready for appoint you and you don't know, when they're ready for pull you back, you don't know. So it comes as a true surprise. You know, from when you leave my predecessor, you had a lot of people campaigning for the position. And
it's one of the ministry, one of the team I noticed recently, the position, a lot of people campaign for that position. So you count yourself lucky?
Yeah, sure. I count myself very lucky because you never see no flyer or campaign for me, and I never did. And my heart not be the even good.
And you see as a political compensation at some point?
Not really. I don't say as a compensation, but I say maybe as out of astute thought and consideration based on service, and then in terms of proficiency for perform, and maybe that I make.
All right, so we'll pay attention now to the Ministry of Youth. 60% of the salon population are young people then, and in that 60% the majority, not of people themselves, they go school. I mean, you look at or we not get that kind of education up to degree level, and you want to agree with me when the past minister big leave of duty. I mean, people feel like you know do nothing, in as much as most of the idea and I be trying for say empower youth. I mean through skills training and all, but plenty salon people them not be appreciated, especially young people to be specific. But it's not the immediate priority of a minister.
Thank you very much. So my priorities, well, I get one priority there. I get deliverables in the or inputs in the priorities. So my priority basically is youth in entrepreneurship. So if you follow even the strategic plan, strategic vision, what they talk about, we want to empower the youth for be self-independent. So they can chart their own features in their hands. And the only way we do that, not so by you giving cash transfers. Cash transfers, for me, I just believe maybe that's just social stuff you want for do and all. Because majority, if you give them even the money, they take them and do other thing, deviated from the intended purpose. But rather, if you give them skill, and you also empower them for see value in that skill there. It's an education you've given for life. It's knowledge you've given for life. Yeah. For example, I pray say you tear and grow, but believe me, my brother, you left here now today. Other stations go don't see you good work. They will definitely get you and do you because you have a skill, you have a knowledge already. So now, which are my priorities? Youth in entrepreneurship is a 3-year strategic vision beginning from this June where they come. And I tell God thank you that I inherit what we call the status of youth report. So this is not the first way that this country they don't do a report driven by data. First step we just go say, oh, youth then at this percentage, or not youth then at this percentage. So I'll give you a context before you account to the strategic issues. So the context is it depends on the age where you take her. But if you take her from 18 to 35 years, we are about 35% of the population.
Yeah.
So if you go to 15, we are like 60 to 70% of the population. So what you come to mind? There's an opportunity and there's a threat. But I'll tell you the threat first. The threat now that if we fail for plan for these cohorts now, we just we did the transition out of the youthful age, now the more poverty they increase. And the young poverty go even double or triple or quadruple as the case may be. And what do I mean by that? The youth there now will not get no skill where they between the ages of 18 to 35. By the time they reach 35 or past 35, they don't get 2-3 picking. The younger but don't get teenage pregnancy. The one that even will get teenage pregnancy. By the time they born picking, they transition into their youth age here. So now again, instead for take care of, again picking for take care of. And you know, say Sierra Leone, now this kind of country we also take care of we parents there or we age people there. So by the time you find out say you don't reach that age of 35, now you get you picking there for take care of. If possible, you get your mama for take care of, or even your granny or your grandpa. So these are the block. Additionally, I categorize the youth there into 3. We get the youth there when are the lost generation. When are you, me, fall in that bracket, but maybe we are lucky for go school and learn book and learn skill. But you get a host of we don't learn book, they don't learn no skill. That the one that we come during the war. Yeah? The one that we will be there during the war. So you get during the war and post-war youth, we transition now. Because and then you get youth there, we post-war, some go school, some not go school. And then you get now the youth there, we also affected by this drug and substance abuse on the increase. So you put all them brackets here together. So the status of youth report don't inform we say between 18 to 35 years, 35% of the country population. That's a huge number. Out of 8 million, approximately 8 million. So out of that, if you now put 35% to 100%, out of that percentage, you get 62% we get food poverty. We don't even know if they're able to get food for the next day. We they rely on charities for get food. You get about 56 to 57% we really not get they don't get access to meat at all. You get 44% way into agriculture. 47% way into agriculture. But you get 52% way into agriculture. And out of that 52%, you get 44. We get barrier. We get barrier to land in terms of access to land. You get 74%. We don't get access to finance. You get other 62%. About 62% will be say they did to agriculture, but they have no innovation or technology or even capacity for do the agricultural job at all. Now, fast forward, you get about between 23 to 40 something percent within into trade, but now then small trade, and it's largely male dominated. Yeah. You get the one that were affected by teenage pregnancy. You get a huge urban migration, even nationally. Plenty one move Canada city. You get Boku the struggle for housing. Out of this percentage, now only 12% get bank account, and then you get 52% with your transaction not to mobile money. And then the other scary aspect, out of every 11 youth, you just get like 1 or 2 we get tertiary education, and you get other 1 or 2 we get secondary education, and then you get the majority now we don't get education at all. So these are the indicators according to the report, and this report is well detailed because we also align with the UNICEF's U report, When a whole social platform forget for see how the youths then could be amplified, amplified voices or things and everything. So we try to nexus the two. So what are the policy recommendations in this report? The policy recommendations it try for tell you say government and donor partners for ensure that all youth interventions are situated through the youth ministry. So one of the major challenge where the ministry be on the face, you get this, for example, European Union they grab, then go give them NGO them money, 3 million, 2 million, 4 million euros as the case may be on youth. They say they go do youth in entrepreneurship or youth SMEs, and then they even care for align with the vision of the ministry. Then they go do what they're supposed to do and they write report. And they can't tell you say, oh, now this money we spend. You measure the impact as to the objective. There's a huge disparity. So what me don't do, I make I say no, nobody need plan for me. So from the 8th of April when I got appointed, the very first thing I did, I begin doing research, study extensively, try to do research, know which projects then they, know which one they get funding, know whether they deal with and everything. I read the National Youth reports, the youth which reports that we don't do. I read the other youth interventions the way we don't do. I read the existing projects the way that we don't do at the ministry. And then I read this status of youth report, and because it's data driven and the U report, so I anchor my strategy there on that. And so I have 4 key thematic deliverables under the youth in entrepreneurship. So I get agriculture, under agriculture we get food system and value addition, I get climate change and adaptation, I get skills development and employment, and I get tech and innovation in terms of digital literacy.
So let's talk about agriculture, the first one. I see you pay more attention to women, probably 70%. Correct me if I'm wrong. Why?
Yes. You're very correct. 70% because of the report. The report shows that women women are vulnerable because, for example, those sisters they are some they get belly quick, even then bad sick with the past like STDs, sexual, they affect them more, and then they get other things that way that they really grapple with. We check the statistics, but even the job markets in man they get more jobs, and so we don't put and say this first 1 or 2 years are going to 3 years. Women they go be prioritized 70% all intervention,
5% persons with
5% persons with disability, and then the other 25% for the male. Go on for see how we can get more women. So that counts to agriculture. Now ask yourself, my brother, from post-war, we don't get beaucoup interventions in agriculture. What's not the impact? Or even though impact could be, what's not the sustainability? We see them do beaucoup dry floors. We see them do beaucoup. They give beaucoup seeds here and there. So I have a radical departure to this. So my own strategy basically is we have chiefdom farms in this country. We will identify about 100 plus, over 100 chiefdom farms. So we get youth chiefdom farms. So what's in our own strategy? We know because even if the Ministry of Agriculture or the partner will support we now, but the projects they say they rely on, and that projects are for fold up. So when the projects fold up, ask yourself, how are they going to sustain? So if you can't begin give me seeds, I begin plant. You give me seeds, I begin plant, and then now you plow for me free. We 10 away money, how you get for plow for me free. So within a million intervention that every chiefdom youth farm for cultivate at least nothing less than 3 cash crops and plus and rice. So you cultivate nothing less than 3 cash crop and rice, and we be say now after 2 years or 3 years you get 25 years post harvest 25 years for get money from them cash crop. And with the cash crop they will the mainstream palm oil, we na banga, cashew, cacao, coffee, and then cane stick. So these are the 5 cash crops. Cane stick and palm oil they grow everywhere. Cane stick, palm oil, cashew they grow everywhere. Cacao, coffee we know say they largely grow in the south and east, but we try to see if there's a possibility for them to also grow in the north, because we get about 5 million hectares of arable land in this country, of which 75 to 80% of that land you don't need for do nothing to the soil. Anything can grow there once you get the agricultural innovation for doing. And so this is why this is the intention of the ministry, that for example the KPIs now my brother for make sure say every chiefdom farm able grow 5,000 heads of each 3 cash crops, 5,000 each. and then plus rice. So for example, I take my wife in village in Chiefdom Nabure, or I take my own village in Apuja, and also Mitali Komo, or also other family Komo na Kenemana Dama, Mwauma. So if you take any of them chiefdoms there, you plant 5,000 heads of banga, 5,000 kentik, and 5,000 cashew, for example, or 5,000 cacao, for example, in 3 years. And now you they harvest their product here after 3 years, and then you plant rice. Let's say you plant 200 acres of rice. So by the time let's say for example the FSRP project within the Ministry of Agriculture, they fold up in 5 years, then chiefdom already don't get sustainability for the next 25 years. If you plant banga 5,000 heads of the banga, and then you are sure of getting nothing less than 100 to 200 or even $300,000 every year. If that day they come from banga no more, who's mining you go compare to that day? How about cashew? You get 5,000 from cashew. Maybe say it's the one off, the labor all na one off. And cane stick were very important because they use cane stick for make boku tea. Cane stick they even attract carbon credits. In value past the all three. So if you get 5,000 heads of cane stick where you don't plant, and all entire the cane stick where you cut they grow back for itself. And so if you position the youth there through private sector intervention, where we say they use the private sector for teach them even the innovation for plant, for do their own greenhouse. And then plant, and then monitor the plant, and then after 3 years, the post harvest, you bring other private sector where they deal with it for another 2 years for where they harvest for do value addition like to the banga for make to pamai, and then sell them back for make oil or for use for make soap and things like that. And then what's in they happen? Even the cashew now expensive. People they can't buy, they exporter. So if you do that one, I'm not going to talk about cacao and coffee now. If you do that one day, after 2.5 years or 3 years, the youth they're not self-sufficient for the next 25 to 30 years.
So quick one before we go further. Is it you trying to convince the youthful population to support your ideology rather than probably knowing what exactly the youthful population want?
I want me to support my ideology.
Okay.
Because my ideology is a sustainable pathway to socio-economic development. This is not to Ibrahim Sanoga for getting money. Once we get support now from government and donor partners to say, okay, Mr. Sano will buy you idea, so we go support all the chiefdom that I put local, or we go support all the chiefdom that I Kailao, all the chiefdom that I Nabu. Not to Mr. Sanoga for getting money. A day at today, sometimes I'm not even did it after 2 or 3 years. You don't go know Sago day again. But I want to leave a legacy. You remember me, when you read me profile just now, you talk about me, good work in SLRSA. That's a legacy nobody can ever take from me. So it's the same thing. But let me tell you why this is important. My brother, if the youths are sure of getting a sustainable livelihood, you make agriculture sexy for them. And they are sure of their salaries, they are sure of improvement. And you set up the boards where they manage this with the chiefdom, youth executives, including the paramount chief and other stakeholders than the chiefdom. And they use the IFAD community banks for both payment and withdrawals, because this is the essence why they create them bank. And if they are sure of this value addition, my brother, nobody need left upline for can sit on free tour. Let's give you an example. Okay. Kenema, who will be the go holiday, will do cacao and coffee business. Even before we harvest the cacao, who people in Adama, they come, the Lebanese they send the agents there, they come buy the cacao, the stick. In fact, they pay you back for harvester. They buy up front, then they pay you back for harvester. So what does this bring to mind? If you have a cacao, you are sure of getting money. It's not about you living this. You can even do in a city, but money they run for you in a village.
So my question is, how many youthful population or percentage of youth we actually believe in agriculture? Because you don't get a data when you say most of we youth people no land book, and some probably maintain say I want for get amount of education, I want to get a white collar job, I mean I want to live like me company there, not to like be part of going to agricultural and production or whatever. Knowing waiting the youthful population need, I feel like with past minister there was this concern because instead we get probably this car wash project. I mean all those things. I mean in living, people were like not to this. I mean you saw social media and people were like, even though minister will feel like I do plenty thing, but people don't feel like you do anything because the demand of the youthful population not to naturally the minister be supplied by them.
Well, me, I do research.
Okay.
I bring 4. Out of these 4, they're most interested in one.
Okay.
So if you allow me, I explain the 4.
Okay. So quickly, low take 5 minutes on that.
Okay, good. So even the agriculture, you learn skills there. For example, you want to operate the tractors, you want to operate the dryers, you want to operate the combine harvesters. You want skills you learn.
Okay.
So it's sexy, yeah. You get the one with a value addition. You get the one with an ag tech. Even the in terms of irrigation, na skills down there, yeah, and technology involved there largely. And then you come to climate change and adaptation. So if we begin recycle with dirty in this country for produce energy, now very big boost. If we like we now I don't engage with counterpart in the Ministry of Energy, and so we don't agree say with the rollout of program for train 100 women there for a start, and then we want to train them in solar as solar technicians, and they will also they train 100 women as for electrical installations. So when you don't train them one then they even the solar what did they do? That's climate effects, okay, or climate interventions, yeah. So if you train them on that one day, they have a job already. And the policy will they push now that all locally ETSA or energy generations in the country, renewable energy generations, for be locally owned by 50% of the local people. And we are pushing Sierra Leoneans into this. But how you go do this if they're not getting knowledge? So that's the skills where they learn. Okay. They train them first. You know, say barefoot people don't do most of this. Now we want to see how can partner with barefoot and other people for train women and even men there later into this trade. And we'll train you. We'll also put you into cooperative. Say okay, you can go down now. This is community. You apply. Say okay, we will take charge of school. Go they produce the lights. Then based on the funding we go get, we go support you with the equipment, but you they pay for them back. Yeah. I come to the fishery sector. We get youth in fisheries now. Ministry of Youth. They give them wooden fishing boats. But ask yourself, where is season car? How them man they gonna see? Them boats then they know viable rain season. So they artisanal fisherman and they do nothing rain season. So that's increased poverty. And then even as that when they catch the fish, they just they rush for seller. They don't have no means to preserve the fish. They don't have no means for package the fish. So one of the strategy what they do that we don't identify 5 areas there, 1 pilot, 1 Natumbo, but the 5 areas are Natumbo, Solima, Shenge, Bonth, and then Toke. But Tumbo to 1 pilot there, we want get to call a cooling facility. We will get your ice making machine and then packaging machine and everything. We be say whether you man and catch them, you fish there. They can be the process and the package and the label and moya and they sell at the market. And we'll get excess, okay, even export. Then they go increase the country GDP because we will sell the money they go to the other side, they come back to the country. And then we can use that money now for say okay, we don't get wooden boats, we'll get our boats with fiber. And then for graduates now from boats with fiber, for even get troller there. So that are the value addition. And then you come to skills development. Knowledge are the most potent weapon of fight poverty. If you don't get knowledge in this world, you are done. You don't get nothing. So what do one for do? We get the one that we don't learn by apprenticeship. So we get for do a call, train them, first do with refresher training and then certificate there. You get the one that we don't get no skill at all. So just last week Friday, we get 20 people that we train in various digital marketing and entrepreneurship with the one that we could do design, graphic design, the one that we could teach coding, the one that we could teach cyber security and various things. Even Thursday we'll get a bit on I don't invite cyber security for local design, a whole course, short course for teach as much youth as we can for on cyber security awareness and then they because we want to make as part of the curriculum. And then you get tech and innovation where they involve into this. So the whole thematic four thematic points there, then they interrelate with each other. But the entire goal, your entire overall objective are that we want to create a national youth bank, national youth entrepreneurship bank, where we say everybody will get money when for youth, and that bank you put up. We not want to let you go use NGO for go do that in the Okre. Put it on the bank. We now know say okay, European Union don't put this money in this bank. There where I don't put money, Action Aid don't put this money, and so now the country they curate we own youthful programs there where even the NGOs there where they go do. We don't now say if you dey Bombali or you dey Kabbalah or you dey Falaba, now this you expect for do day. And we're able to track it here, and this way we're able to track even the 500,000 commitment jobs with His Excellency don't commit. We'll also at the end of the day, from a click, we get the National Youth Portal they launch in June as well. From a click, you're able to know which NGO they work usai, which international agency they work usai, who that supports the project, which are the project objective, what are the project milestone, and then you're able to measure action and impact. So these are all the things that we may don't put in. And for do this, I don't write to NAMED. The National Evaluation, a Monitoring Evaluation Office, made a sort of a robust monitoring evaluation system for Winner Ministry of Youth. And once they set this up, every other KPIs what they do, they fall with their monitoring evaluation context and framework. Now what they use, because as a project person, if you not get the monitoring evaluation design or plan, you don't even begin for fail. And we not want for the part of that day.
All right. So basically, all this they drive towards solving the unemployment challenge with youthful population get in the country, probably. All right, so now these tend to be probably a long-term plan because it starts from June 2025 to that of June 2028. And let's look at quick fix. When you feel like I think you force 100 days in office, this is what I want for do. I mean, there are guys where you feel like they don't get so plenty youth people there. Drugs don't be order of the day. I mean, we youthful way and say you're the future leaders of tomorrow. It seems don't be questionable. Where's not a quick fix plans for the first 100 days?
So the quick fix we dey phase out by week, by fortnight, by month for meet up the first 100 days. So we get what we call the agricultural and mixed settlements with the pilots na Mashaka. So na Mashaka land we get 250 acres there, and with the pilots they want make a hub for agri-tech. We be say we can get we own poultry, we go get we own poultry feed, we'll get various things. So we don't look from the in-house budgets what we get and engage even the skills. We also roll out 100 solar technician training for women in the first 100 days. We also roll out 100 electrical installation training for women in the first 100 days. We also try for see how we roll out women in Uber sort of salon ride in the first 100 support from UNDP. We also give the cash transfer scheme they go on the NICOM and under NYS with the device skills for train at least 100 to 500 people inside the first on various skills across the country inside the first 100 days. And then we also want for rollout which we call this agricultural mixed settlement, but we want to get private sector intervention. Maybe so we can get greenhouse, like I say AgTech, we want to get as a hub. We also want for roll out the EU report by UNICEF. And so we want to popularize the EU report and get as much youths as we can for going to interact on the platform. We also want for roll out even the status of youth report, and then the vision, the 4 strategic vision, and together with Ministry of Agriculture and then Government of Sierra Leone, we want to see how we can roll out for the first 100 days the value addition to the fish, and also for initiate the youth in cash crop project, at least identifying 100 plus chiefdoms for able to identify at least 1 or 2 of the cash crops or 3 of the cash crops for start for see how can roll out in the first 100 days. All this has to be private sector driven, because as we do we don't get all the sabi, but if we bring the private sector, we have a contract with them, we get we get the TOI, the KPIs agreed, that we involve anti-corruption by the signing. Then we believe say that systems review or the monetary evaluation will not settle. Then now we left them for good work, and then we go to the monitoring. So inside the money go day, we want for roll out always for at least we get 3 activities of each strategic vision will be rolled out in the first 100 days.
So these are your plans and findings. Somebody telling me say you are a football loving fan, probably play football at some point.
Oh yes.
And waiting some people want to ask, say, what is the relationship, I mean, with the Minister of Youth and that of the youthful population of the country?
Even before I take office, Kofa began some issue. In fact, we plan for meeting next week. We then play the final between Magazine and Frobe, and then Forza Fet Commodity, they been 1-1. So I've been called the co-final for say thank you to the leadership, then Kana office, call Magazine, call Frobe, but then try for mediate between the all two. We therefore be seen definitely involved, not just in football, but football and entertainment, because it's also youth driven. Yeah, so therefore they also partner with the ministries of tourism and sport for see how we able curate, you know, that special activities for the football and sport. I play football and I support football as well. I get Borough Rangers who they support locally, and I get Manchester who they support.
Thank you very much. I think this is really conversation very entertaining. So let's talk, because I spoke some time back to the then Minister of Youth Affairs. I mean, in plans them be so beautiful. I mean, people supporting his ideology, just like how you want make salon young people then support your ideology, to be precise. But I mean, when you go on the streets of Freetown, you see that things not the good way supposed to go for youthful population. People tell you that we not get any promise for the future, for say the future go hold bright because of what they see. I mean, the mindset, it's a key concern for us young people, how they think. I mean, it's something we you will say it's something very difficult to understand. How would you convince the youthful population that this is my idea, this is something good, this is something that will make us have a better future or a productive future, or for make youthful population be part of governance system and all? How would you convince the mindset of young people, which is key?
Next week Saturday at the start, hopefully this Saturday now for don't start, but it depends on how the planning go on at the office. But I already get an invitation. Next week Saturday we get Suza's Bay Magazine and in the other area there. So they don't invite me. I they go play football with the first half, one team first half and the other team second half. And I already don't give them a word. So what we therefore do through this, we have to do massive engagement, my brother. We have to do look, the psychosocial effect, that mental state of youth there is so huge. And the mental state.
So quick, Mr. Minister, this is important. We go on the streets of Freetown yesterday and talk to youthful people them, and we listen to them, make we agree waiting. Now they request them, waiting really they expect from you as a Minister of Youth. So we'll go for that break then we'll carry it back.
As we can't get youth minister, new expectation for now. Because I know say as a youth, you get for look into the youth people, you get for look at your stages, and you get for know say the youth then get the country. So they expect and say for now we don't cancel now, let's bring a proper development in the country, and at least who the youth will able to survive so that we will think about it tomorrow future. You see, so we really need let it create for we a job facility, and we wish and pray God we God don't count and so let keep on for body so that I go look for fair work, because I know going to create job now for myself. Actually, I know this country it don't based on certain things where the youth them will not able to know what they go on, because first they go fair work, like you not be this, you not be that, they able survive. But for now, if you go fair work, that's in a certain categories and certain names they all they carry now, certain surnames they all they carry. People they fit to say now they with this, but who they know say we are a citizen of Sierra Leone. We all the fruits all for work, you see. But for now, we know they get job. Maybe when they go out to go look for job, we know they succeed. So we don't know what they happen at the country.
If you go find work and care for about things, some man you can say about paper. If you don't sit twice or you don't sit back, most of you now will not reach that kind of pick. Some man now put on small, you go land work. So you don't reach that kind of pick. You don't sabi now, so you don't go get paper for the work. So who go now for the work now? no go say we see my friend so as paper friend beke paper so we can't see any now who not get it now work no more if you able employ because from one game for we all youth money for if you able employ man you able employ work make work and the country man able employ work the boku and man able work because I mean the journalists boku man the smoke because of work no dey so if na work and the country man go work but me no say if you work dey man no go sit down so idleness I mean I work no more like when no cancel na work come in the car work there at the country man in the work involved with money but work man in the work I mean I building construction I want to build the work yes and I work in go want to engineer I want to build the work
yeah I'm interested more because I don't learn other skill back so I want to learn other more back at least we will forget more work and we use man one work like my other brother talk no more one work you understand so I don't go work now because for me like me work now you know me professional I good at me a professional driver I drive all things truck tractor so at least if they work then they come man we will go choose one so I better they go work for a family but they expect much from the minister at least we got to make the wrong appointment and so like a story for who the youth man there the youth man so full work no day just this you don't know more they watch so you left so and I give for first for we if you got to appoint and so let go there play first for the youth man there let go for land more I mean now engineer I mean a driver so if I still get driving work they put me there I like they send me now the bush who say for go work the agriculture tractor all at the drive now work who I work
I want make help me for like you learn something like a skill because most of you what make you sit down so when money no dey because right now anything na sababu so on Saturday you go there when no get sababu no dey watch you because kind like we so we no go far we no go school go far me like me so me na from 3 I stop from what time one left but now right now me the whole help I want me they help me like me so me na Ketty I want but Ketty right now like all my me YWCA where they go there they tell you say the time and 800 but then they know the right now me back and get me own picking and I me they do for a whole so and then they me one another help I want I mean
if you probably page back on a discussion if you would say most of the things that we done they say reflect their concerns here in the sense that lady will say I got 2 picking there and a kid in me one land and from 3 I stop that particular concern they resonate with me as well because me said mama born me with school and mama not be for the further education again and so most of this the strategic pillars they will bring now these are not like say not just from the top of my head I pull up but Mrs. always say that I'm a victim of search you understand and so I began for like feel that empathy of how there were young sister their brother they go there and act there I was just lucky and so this is why I bring them point here so but all of this boiled down to how government intentionally go say look let all donor partners who they deal with youth projects make sure say they work with the Ministry of Youth also that one way they go implement the just call me for car if you plan with we and all them 4 strategic pillar there they address the concerns with the young man or raise you see the other one say I no go school but I want land work and me na building work our land and some of the trainings will they roll out the short trainings and when they make a TVET this is why part of the strategic plan will make sure say we roll out TVET programs now all districts in this country and I share the other one in concern we say for certain name there but me want forget this assurance yes me na SLPP yes me na Mendeman but me wef nothing there from the north and we President Bio don't come he don't bring a lot of things the way no they bring also look the free education it affects positively everybody in the country whether you not Temne or you not this or you not that look this initiative what they bring I said we talk about 100+ chiefdom youth farms and all across the country we be say for address everybody from Yeliboya to Falaba to Mongobendu to Kailao to everywhere across the country you understand so my programs are nationalistic all we intend for do that for make sure say government of Sierra Leone through Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Agriculture Ministry of Development say okay for the first time we don't get this youth report and for the first time we don't get strategic pillars then with the minister want do let we now sit down and do a deep back for say okay let all youth interventions now go directly to the ministry and then we can plan this is why we are bringing private sector This is why we're bringing ACC. This is why we're also bringing the NAMED, because we want to ensure say there are clear indicators in terms of monitoring, in terms of delivery, in terms of impact, in terms of action, in terms of assessment. So at the end of the day, you will measure all NTR. Because once you have all those players in the room, then you have to measure the NTR. And true, then concerns are whether your man they raise. If you go to the provinces, their own situation even damning. Sometimes for you to better, you go trade dirty for post, you go give you money. But upline, what are you go trade dirty for? What you go for do hard labor. So this is why I share the concern, and I want to express say thank you, and I want to assure them say me the begin go round. At the begin go round for do personal engagement at the whole this western area. And anytime we go upline, I will also go round for do personal engagement. Now the ghettos, now the slums, who's that youth man they gather, and you listen to them firsthand. Because you get for keep yourself abreast with their concern here. And I'll tell you why it's scary if we fail for do this. If we fail for plan for these cohorts, now we're there. At least forget for bridge that gap, that middle level manpower. Because all they're asking for is middle level manpower. You can train them, you can get a lot of apprenticeship program for training them. You can train them then short programs, either in automotive or automobile engineering, or you train them in various other skills like we get women that will want train back for as AC mechanics. I forget to mention that. We also want to train 100 women as AC mechanics.
Okay.
And we also want to train 100 women as automobile engineers. If you go to the new GTI center, we get woman, we get that facility there, we get woman there, we get man there. But one of the policies we don't push now that for Lord train more women, because if you look at this lady we talk about catering, it's a YMCA enable pay 800,000. So these are the things where we can do a call. Somebody could help her for register at the youth portal. They say, okay, me I want to do catering. So we too go do as a ministry. Now for identify that private sector, say okay, we don't get 100 or 200 people who want to do catering. Do you look their names, look their numbers? Make sure say you support them. This now we agree on the cost. Support them and do the catering. And from there we get a startup kit. This is the essence of the development project there. Not to just for train them, but you train them, then you set up something for them. Not give them the physical money. You train them. That lady we want to do catering. So we don't do in catering. You don't train, you don't qualify. You go, you set up a small catering. You group them together now. If now one small restaurant, you open up for them. You give them, if not fridge, other things there, that they run them catering service. And it also help there for me to get businesses. You register there as cooperative, register there as business, and then they're able for cater for married, cater for birthday, they're able to cater for programs. You don't create a sustainable pathway for them for life. The problem will be done day, we they think about programs, but we think about the sustainability of it.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Minister. I will allow you for rest, and we'll try very hard for start for people calls them very soon. But we'll go for short break. We'll come back. We'll introduce the calls into the program, and immediately the minister 100 days we'll get them back. I mean, if I can get reports to you, make great and whether what he say he be able to live up to the expectation, and there are probably more still need for be done. But we'll go for short break, and when we come back, we're going to introduce the calls into the program. Stay tuned.
Do you want to be your own boss? Or do you want to add more services to your business? Then look no further, because BNB is here for you.
What do you mean?
With BNB, you can now make money with just your smartphone. With the new revolutionary app, BNB POS, you can do remittance, bill payment, enter airtime top-up, and many more. All this from your smartphone, anywhere you went.
This sounds great.
That is not just all. The app also features real-time agent rebalancing and reconciliation.
Oh wow! But how can I get the BNB POS and start making my own money?
It's so simple. You can download the application on App Store or Google Play Store. Just search for BNB POS and download. Then call our customer service on 072-500-000, and within a short period of time, our agent will help you for the onboarding process.
Wow! No time to wait. Let me do this right away.
Oh yes. Start making money today from anywhere in Sierra Leone. For more inquiries, contact our customer service on 072-500-000.
With the BNB POS, you shop my pockets.
about for start. I'm sure you know say you roof day. Say you know way that you na in your own way. That make most of the roof zinc where we dey use dey give you so many problems like leakage, boku nail mark, dem pan the way weak, we no dey take, we no able the weather condition, and boku other thing dem. Now I get good news for you. JBS don introduce self-lock roofing zinc dem. Self-lock roofing zinc, dem dey produce am with advanced technology wey guarantee e no get no leakage, no nail mark. Na the best for the weather and e dey last long. The other good thing about self-lock roofing zinc, e even cheaper than the other roofing zinc dem na the market. When you get your self-lock roofing zinc, get every end, and then one sand wey keep cherry eye, every breeze wey dey blow no dey scare you again.
I don deal spend my roofing zinc dem for the past years, and dem all dey fail me. Some dey leak bad one, some dey rust quick, and some ask for install. But ever since dem introduce me to self-lock roofing zinc, all things don change. Me home don safe and dry, and no more disappointment or boku stress. Me office use for leak bad one anytime e rain. Water keep flop all about and they damage documents and even equipment them working cost me boku couple, and this keep frustrate me and they cost me heavy one. But ever since I switched to self-lock roofing zinc, not for even a single drop I dey experience again. No more leakage and no more losses. Now the best roofing decision we I don't ever make.
I don't work with all kind roofing zinc over the years, and most of them just not the last. Poor quality, the ask for install, and all time the client and they end up for call back and complain. But from where I don't know about self-lock roofing zinc, everything don't change. Them strong, easy for fix, and it last long. Now the only roofing zinc I recommend, and I believe I'm for work.
If you want for buy boku, call me na 077-858-132 or visit me na we factory na Mimi Drive, Liverpool Street, Benjamin Waterloo. Self-lock roofing zinc, e guarantee the bill for salon tough weather.
May I have your attention, please? Are you planning your next trip? Think Air Sierra Leone. If you're looking to travel to London or Lagos stress-free, visit us now. Now, number 2123 Siaka Stevens Street, Freetown. Air Sierra Leone flies directly between Sierra Leone to the United Kingdom, as well as from Freetown to Lagos. 30,000 feet above the clouds, AirSL flies so high, departing from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. sharp from the Freetown International Airport, with ticket prices that will fit your pockets. Book today. Now flysierraleone.com. For get quick chats with one of our attendants, call +232 90-838-071. Connecting Sierra Leone to the world. Fly with ease. Air Sierra Leone, our flag, our future.
Alright, and welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Select Television, Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM in a distant part of Freetown, and also our Facebook live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. And this one say, are you looking for a fast and reliable means to send or receive funds that will take care of you, sourcing foreign currency, long queues, thieves, and all other unforeseen circumstances? And how about sending funds directly into your loved one's account or your account at the comfort of your home? Look no further. EcoBank has got you. You can now send and receive funds on your EcoBank app, EcoBank online, or any EcoBank branch. No need to visit any of our branches to any of our branches to acquire one. Simply download the EcoBank mobile app. Just look out. And most of the refund sheets then we use now, we host them. Some of them they give you problem like leakages and complicated nails mark, short lifespan, and poor weather condition, and as I say, some of them not they last long. But JBS industry don't come for solve the problem, because then they make their roofing sheets there with modern technology or advanced technology. We really guarantee with no leakages, no nails mark, and of course they are the best when it comes to weather resistance, and also they're suitable for rain, sun, and heavy breeze. So if you want to do business with them, you can reach them the number 077-8581-32, 58132, or you can go now in factory at Mami Drive, Liverpool Street, Penguin Road, Waterloo. So now the inside and you can go for talk to JBS, and then go solve you with any problem na the country. So you still listen to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, and this one is say with BNB Cash App you can send or receive money any side with the world or at any time. Just download the BNB Cash App today through Google Play Store for Android users and also App Store for iPhone users. And for more inquiries, you can call and customer service on 500. So we will start for pick on a calls now on 079-994-993. We already get to first call online. Sorry, I'm afraid we lost that caller there. 079-994-993. Log online and get to first caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, this is the Lion.
The Lion, go ahead.
Hello, may Allah help you in this country. We brothers them, we daddy them. You know, when they can come, they learn people, when they can come, now the media are waiting in the talk. But you go just say no more, everything is okay for you. You the poor person. See, you don't see angel who don't come up when we don't come. But for do the right thing, no, and they will definitely, and they will pass. The kicker they talk at 5-5, but how for implementer. Now the only country this was is they not expect somebody will learn something where you not lettered, but you learn mechanic work or you learn driving work, but they not value. And the only country this was you know.
All right. I'm afraid the Lion.
You get that one, get this. But me, they take me like seminar king. They say me, I wealthy rich. Anybody who a farmer, I come on, I go any side of the world. You say you na farmer or you daddy na farmer. Then they take you like say you because then they take you say you not supposed to get money. You not for safe because I get money. But yeah, look up. Now I go see you go make farm. You say okay, let's pull out from outside from upline, let you go out and a free song, let you for make something. You go let you put on let's see what the police and what did they do.
Thank you.
So when they say during that sickness, where the sickness will come, give me they say no food no for come up, go any other country. Salon accept say no food no for come here, go Guinea. Thank you. But the Guineans there, watch it they go with Andy.
Thank you so very much, Lion. Lion, thank you very much. You don't exceed you 1 minute. Thank you very much, Lion. You don't exceed you 1 minute. When you call, please, if you get a question for ask the minister, you ask a question or probably below stay within 1 minute. And Akama Faz is saying there's a lot to target, but his experience, vision, and government support will allow him to deliver. I'll go online again and pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my radio.
Good morning. Your name and where you call you from, please.
Well, me and Mr. Positive and Critical Taken.
Mr. Positive, go ahead. Stay with you 1 minute, yeah?
Yeah. Million contribution to this one program now, directly to the youth minister. So please, let not be like, say, like just Boku talk. Like, what you don't highlight for say you get for do, particularly you focus on this agriculture. This agriculture, then, are with problem. You see, because you go see this one come, it's up boku at the end of the day in a fruitless endeavor. So do please, may they appeal to you. The way you say, all children, the 190 children, they all get forget and youth farm. Do please, I want to let you emphasize on that. And wait till we lack back now this country in a money scheme. We'll not get people that within the money thing on taxpayers' money within they spend on projects. So do please, may they appeal to you because I don't listen to all from the starting to the ending. Do please, Mr. Sanoa, they appeal to you. Don't want to emphasize on that. Let government emphasize. They want to emphasize on this children family for the youth.
Thank you.
Contribution that was.
Thank you so very much. And Aliyu Bangali is saying on Facebook, Minister Sanoa is articulating in presenting a strategic plan, and I believe that he will surely deliver. Logo online again and pick another call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Come on, are you radio TV set here? Hello, good morning. We still get negative feedback from the studio. Come on, are you TV or radio set? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and side you call from, please.
Yeah, I'll call from Wilberforce. Yeah, Makati.
Go ahead, Makati.
Yeah, thank you very much for this program.
Welcome, boss.
Let God bless the youth minister. Always see the transfer for the let God make it go through. If we all inform the way they try for, we don't plan all. But the only thing we say for advice, at least any community we go, they try to get like 10 or 20 youth man in that community. We go to follow up with and go ask the waiting at the need waiting a month in that community there. We feel no more now, especially now they don't petition honorable who cancel them and the consequences there. Because everyone in the day from a fine for let team up with them. I wish them good luck. God make it succeed for all the plan that we don't plan for we.
Thank you very much. 079994993 now the number for be part of the program. 079994993 and we get the youth minister with me and the logo line again and pick another caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and where you call from, please.
Samuel, I call from IMAC.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Youth Minister. As you just say, we self go pray, God make we see you don't like you don't like to because I know happen. Because if it happen, I won't go profit. If it happen, I won't go loss. And a man I know him for a very long time. I've been those maybe not going to know me at this time.
Okay.
So many go church. We talk say this day they change them and they change them. We say they fix them. Samuel. Anyway.
Thank you very much. And Mohammed Awa, they say on Facebook, listen to the then youth minister speak in 2028 on the International Youth Day celebration. I took him for granted, but I won't do the same. He said, but you know, go do the same for you, but you will rather wait and see waiting. You go waiting will be your footprint, and I wish you all the best as you speak logically. So he says to speak logically well on the issues. I mean, logo online again and pick another call. Hello, good morning. Your name on side, call you from, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Ananta.
Yes, brother. How do morning, pa?
Fine, thank you.
Thanks very much for bringing this man at the studio. So first and foremost, congratulations on your new appointment. Namawe, I know very well and long from Dr. Kadisi saying, so I know Namawe, I know I am. And I go no back na SLRC because me be the spin na SLRC. To be honest, I hear that my sister radio. So now, wait till you left SLRC, na complete opposite did now. Now the worst institution right now in this country. They completely messed up. So na legacy don't pull. They don't pull. So trending. And what you stand for learning them better. We make them fit you. We then can implement and see the damage don't take place. So I want to commend you because you always steadfast and know what you do. This youth ministry is really big and you get boku expectation from youths. So I pray that you will succeed because you know a young man we get zeal and zest for the better things. And like this issue we see the visit at our basis the ghettos are inaudible. If you go into that one day you will know the real problem of youths. I pray let you succeed.
Thank you.
Then my brother, the lion, they are no good. Always then good. So you say time. It's a long tip at this game. No good. Walk towards time. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. And someone Inga Bundo, I hope I get it right. Mr. Minister, he's saying, Mr. Minister, I believe in our leadership and I pray. And it's also saying, I believe in your leadership and I also pray say that you deliver and change the status of the youth in our beloved nation. And logo online again and pick another caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning, Malaika,
Malaika, go ahead.
Well, first and foremost, I want clarification. I don't know if Nadisano has been on there around at one time over First Backs community. But the competition actually it gets a very brilliant proposal we don't put up and then for categorize the youths them actually because all youths are not almost the same. You get elite youth, then you get the one that way as we say, the one that way less privileged we not go to school during the war and up to now. So we're able to distinguish among the one that they if we able to create like the entrepreneurs same way they talk about them. We get big the government to get big agenda wey na the feed salon. You know, if that one they actualize, together farm they all the youth work definitely. Give them lucrative salary, not one way will give them 600,000 when they go give one bag rest for them family. But give them lucrative salary where they go to get a farm and work for the feed salon. I believe if you work towards that, they will succeed and you all pray for your success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll probably take one last lucky caller and we'll give the minister something like 2 minutes for a reply to the messages. So we'll last lucky caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Bakar from Fome.
Bakar, long time. Good morning.
Actually, I'm really surprised because this youth minister will come through. You know, say even the one way be the win Mohammed Obamba, Oman Bangura, they do things same way wrong way na misplaced priority. They take like the waska and not necessary for youth mandate or the other thing them. And now when you watch graduates and they come out na university, waiting and go study na university, they know the same. And most of them they come for them and push for them and tramadol different things same. Always would expect now how we for able to get scholarship, we get different programs and outside made them youth there we come out university early age. If you work nothing for them, let them people that go study, let them go do course there outside where they build them facility then at this country. Build them side and they build them different infrastructures and the way the people and they come out to do them thing and they get the industry then the way they can build. No nothing, we're not able to see anything for the youth. The youth them with more other things they look like what you talk. You know, okay, take like the carpentry. Take like the other side. That side the way we know say na things say way they improve. Then go they improve their side and they to standard. Go like carpenter instead of when they use nail. We see them count machines same. Go na them different side and they empower youth man then monitor na only side or not to like for go play football. All na just senseless spending. Thing that we know even better. Look how they carry out youth man and on day. Youth man and all day now. My brother, believe it, they tell you, youth man and all day. Youth man, they all 99.9% they into drug.
Okay.
Want for empower youth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Minister. Even though you want for empower the middle class, but also if probably the high class gets a share, able for sale, able say make we solve, we able come and employ the one way the middle class. So it's a chain work. If people and say for don't come to university, can't get job or go get job outside and empowered and get money, they can come and invest and also employ the one and say way in the middle class. So it's a chain work. So let's start from that conversation, which is very important.
So, thank you very much. So if you probably page back the policy recommendations that we did talk about. So one, therefore, partner with Ministry of Tertiary Education. Firstly, we have to review the courses what they do in this country. Yeah, we therefore begin to courses now. We need to get researchers now in universities. We for always the research courses where they fit the job market. For example, now you get AI, we need to talk about and things like that. But however, the one that we don't graduate, we don't get work. Which now we plan for them. Now that we plan for do them short training because they're easy for train. Yeah, because they don't get formal education. For example, one do cyber security, one do coding, or one do the digital marketing, or one do the small scheme, then cooperatives and with say like training of trainers. So the one that we train them, and then go for basically they with the private sector they train for run the business where the middle level man they run. You understand? Like they can be like managers because they go be trained in sales, they go be trained in various other. For example, let's take the fishing value addition we want for do. So assuming we succeed now with the free fishing value addition here, you can have a graduate being trained to serve as a manager. You have a graduate being trained to serve as finance, graduate being trained to serve as sales, and then you get the officers there with them. And now to the concerns and text.
Just quickly spend 1 minute 30 seconds. Police are the signal me, Tim London.
Okay, so I'll say plenty thank you to all my call and text, and they are very interesting. In fact, this don't make I don't note down say probably we'll need for Cam Epic Radio just for one session. Who can get a call, so the youth then will call and interact with the minister for express what they want to let the minister go do for them based on them plan there. And they don't want to go say, but for you supposed to say thank you, and down for assure them say President Bio don't appoint me President Bill do Bokuti in this country where devoid of tribe or region, the free education now one. You get various other things even them money they get the mining community. So me don't come. Me don't come. Me na a national person, nationalistic person. One, I hail from the south, but I have a team their wife. We come on up with local mangi bure. In fact, they go mangi more safe. You know, and so that shows I'm a national character. So devoid of any politics or any other thing. I want to assure the youth they say, as long as I didn't at this position, God gonna make I go deliver for them and say amen to all them prayers.
So quickly before you go back, let's get a recap of waiting when new appointed minister go do in the first 100 days. Let's spend 30 seconds on this, because when you 100 days, trust me, we're gonna have you here back, and for me we get account to how the 100 days will look like.
I can send them to you. We don't do them.
Okay.
If you give me email address, I can send to you 100 days plan.
Thank you.
But don't forget, it's tied to budgetary support from the Ministry of Finance, and then as well as donor partners. But we don't make sure say we are not over ambitious. I think they will get budget line already.
Okay.
We they don't do that they want for do. So number one, want to do the fishing project. We basically add value to the fish. At least we'll pilot one. We also want for pilot the mixed agricultural settlement and Masiaka. Okay, we'll get with poultry and other grains. They will grow vegetables and get women then there, and also pilot what we call the ag tech. So we can get greenhouse, so we can get we own irrigation system, and then the solar facility where they supply the entire farm. We also want to train 100 women there in solar technicians, 100 women there as electrical installations, because we then done, they will go do them pilots in that particular farm settlement. And they will also want to do a lot of trainings, short course trainings on digital, what we call digital literacy trainings. One for roll out, also one for a lot of cyber security trainings as well. We'll go for do a call, but we will launch the status of youth report at the youth portal, and they will also have for say how to popularize the UNICEF the youth report, the status of youth report, so that we will make sure there's that kind of social interaction among the young people.
Thank you.
And where the money day, we want for roll out at least 3 of the cash crops we don't intend. Now all the chiefdom youth farms across the country.
Thank you so much. Probably we'll talk to you inside the month of June, or probably July to be specific. We'll talk to you back. Thank you so much. Anyways, thank you, our beautiful listeners, and also the one that we call, and the one that will send a message on our Facebook live page. Thank you so very much. And also entertainment and sports lined up for you. Mario and George all set for the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. My name is Ivan Julius Lee. You have yourself a beautiful and a wonderful Tuesday. Bye bye.
This
Hello, good morning and welcome to your second edition of Sports Update this morning with me, Mohammed Subikaibo. And of course, let me just go into the update and we'll start with the Big Six in the Premier League will play Champions League football next season. So 6 teams from England will play Champions League football next season. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle and Spurs. The head coach for the Ghana national team, Ato Addo, don't finally announce in squad for the 2025 Unity Cup inside London, but big names like Thomas Partey, Mohamed Kudus, Semeyon all absent from Coach Addo in squad. Charlton Athletics don't be promoted to the EFL Championship after they be win against Luton by 1-0, and Sierra Leonean Daniel Kanu and Ibrahim Fuller they part of this history and then go play championship football next season. No rest for Manchester United as the entire first team don't fly to Malaysia as they go play 3 friendlies as they prepare for the pre-season. But this is something where Manchester United go make up to £8 million in 3 games where they go play. And former Sierra Leonean professional footballer Alhaji Kamara, popularly known as Andriano, don't show out in jersey collections as it enjoy in retirement. And of course, informed Real Betis attacking midfielder Isco will return back to the Spain national team after a long while. And of course, the 33-year will be part of Spain, then semi-finals now the Euro nation. And UEFA will make a big decision, say the Euro 2028, the host team safe go play for qualify, and in previous tournaments the host team not a play.
Been done by Kofa, the Miracle EP will be out on the 24th of June 2025, way in the next month. Next up is our entertainment update. Danny Kusa Vision don't present Dakozi 4-day feat. A new song titled Me and Yash will then feature SI Best Career Rapper Crack Twist soon go be drop out. So in case you're not possible like Nyash, then tell you the song being done by MI, featuring Crack Twist. Then I tell you, say go check them out and get to see more on that. Next up inside we entertainment update. Daisy League has now surpassed 13 million total streams across all credits on Audio Mac. Now become the 4th Sierra Leonean artist. I'm telling you about the 4th Sierra Leonean artist for gross 13 million total streams on all credits on Audio Mac. That's a huge milestone for the Daisy League. So shout out to you, Daisy Lab. Last entire we update. Big congratulations to April as April finally surpassed 1 million plays on Audio Max. So Zwa, Daisy League and April, all of you guys, congratulations, because all on clock millions and millions and all that. And when they put the green, white and blue very high. We bring the updates so you may name the dictionary Vebonet. Don't forget by 4 o'clock the drive time is coming. Today in a relationship issue that team will be posting with a kasara with a can't talk button. Keep it locked on Epic Radio. I'm dashing out.
About for start. I'm sure you know say you roof day. Say you know way that is unique na in your own way. Now that make most of the roof zinc where we dey use again so many problems like leakage, broken nail mark, them band the way weak, we know the tail, we not able to weather condition and broken other thing them. Now I get good news for you. JBS don't introduce self-lock roofing zinc them. Self-lock roofing zinc. Then they produce it with advanced technology we guarantee you don't get no leakage, no nail mark. That the best for the weather and it will last long. The other good thing about self-lock roofing zinc is even cheaper than the other roofing zinc them that the market. When you get to self-lock roofing zinc, they're every end and then one side way in Kenya, every breeze when they blow, no they scare you again.
I don't use member roofing zinc them for the past years and them all they fail me. Some they leak bad one, some they was speak and some ask for install. But ever since them introduced me to self-lock roofing zinc, all things don't change. Me home don't safe and dry and no more disappointment or bogus yes. Me office use for leak bad one anytime it rain. Water keep flop all about and they damage documents and even equipment them working cost me boku couple and this keep frustrates me and they cost me heavy one. But ever since I switched to self-lock roofing zinc, not for even a single drop at the experience again. no more leakage, and no more losses. Now the best roofing decision we I don't ever make.
I don't work with all kind of roofing zinc over the years, and most of them just not the last. Poor quality, they ask for install, and all time the client and they end up for callback and complain. But from where I don't know about self-lock roofing zinc, everything don't change. Them strong, easy for fix, and it last long. Now the only roofing zinc I recommend, and I believe I'm for work.
If you want for buy Boku, call me na 077-858-132 or visit in our factory na Mimi Drive, Liverpool Street, Belgium, Waterloo. Self-lock roofing zinc, it guaranteed the bill for salon tough weather.
May I have your attention, please? Are you planning your next trip? Think Air Sierra Leone. If you're looking to travel to London or Lagos stress-free, visit us now na number 2123 Siaka Stephen Street, Freetown. Air Sierra Leone flies directly between Sierra Leone to the United Kingdom, as well as from Freetown to Lagos. 30,000 feet above the clouds, Air SL flies so high, departing from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. sharp from the Freetown International Airport, with ticket price them we go fit your pockets. Book today now flysierraleone.com. For get quick chats with one of our attendants, call +232 90-838-071. Connecting Sierra Leone to the world. Fly with ease. Air Sierra Leone, our flag, our future.
Epic Radio.
Go inside OneX game for fine casino games, card game, and Poku other thing there. All they one year design for make you enjoy and win big. Or you can bet for the sports events them like football, basketball, tennis, and Poku other one them with live updates and competition odds for gifts game to the game. It easy for start. Register by phone or complete your registration with valid ID card. But do not forget for security account for use them later. Deposit and withdraw you winning with Scholat. We use Orange Money, Afri Money, OneXBet Cash, MasterCard or Visa Card. OneXBet are the official sponsor for La Liga, Serie A, League One, and the Confederation of African Football. So know now say you in a good hand. Join OneXBet today and join the winning journey. But remember say you need for bet responsibly. OneXBet, your world of betting.
I hope that our visitors would listen to the song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best.
Okay, for be afraid and nervous. Of course, when this happen to you, it only means say you there about for left your comfort zone, and that's not a very, very good thing and a good sign. Say you want to achieve a lot. Hello and welcome to the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, where they come to you on 99.3 FM, Slick TV, Channel 37, Choice FM, Radio Garden, and Surf on Facebook. Me, na your host, Marion Precious George. And inside the show this morning, Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary closed to the public due to illegal encroachment. And also Chadi expresses widespread police misconduct and unlawful detention across police stations. And of course, Sherlock as well appeals for lower airport charges as way for revitalize the tourism sector. All of the stories plus the review of various newspapers they inside the show this morning. And of course, for joining me discuss these issues where I make mention of, I get inside the studio John Kuroma and in the executive editor of the executive newspaper. I also get Abdul Bero Kamara, editor-in-chief for the Sledgehammer Online News. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Morning, thank you.
Okay, Johnny, is this your first time here?
Oh yes.
Okay.
First time.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I also get Usman Mara inside the studio. We're going to join me for review the various newspaper story. Good morning, Usman.
Good morning, Marion. Good morning, listeners and viewers.
Okay. Without wasting any more time, we'll look at the stories now the front pages of various newspapers where we get in our desk this morning. And my first take now the Concord Times newspaper top story reads ECOWAS Parliament, Sierra Leone MP calls for demilitarization of Yenga. And another story, Norman Foster Institute students to present innovative urban solution to FCC. Chadi vows to expose corrupt practices within the judiciary, and as well ex-soldier appears in court over alleged coup plot. Finally, on the front page, Amazonia Initiative Movement trains parliamentary press on FGM, culture and violence. All of the stories and more you go get now the front page of the Concord Times newspaper.
And on the Standard Times newspaper publication this morning, enough is enough. Sierra Leone must reclaim its mining sector. Of course, a photo of the president, Julius Maada Bio, and Justice Simeon Aliu, Justice of the Court of Appeal. All of the stories and more today at the Standard Times newspaper.
Away from the Standard Times, I take the Independent Observer newspaper. Top story, Dr. Ibrahim Bangura calls for party unity and advises APC. Also, in New Delhi, Salon Messenger CEO engages Indian diplomat. All of the stories plus Mr. President Can We Talk part 164. Then at the Independent Observer newspaper publication this morning.
And on the satellite newspaper, as Southeast National Youth Congress takes position, Jagaban accused of forcing APC youths to take oath of secrecy. Of course, a photo there of Sheikh Alhaji Muhammad, aka Jagaban, and Vice President Dr. Muhammad Jule Jallo, visits Mpox Treatment Center, highlights high level of recovery rate. Plus, on the front page of the satellite newspaper, Orange donates digital school kits to Freetown Cashier Primary School. All these stories and more today at the satellite newspaper publication.
Away from that, I take the Aoko when I'm a final take this morning. Top story reads, unprotected sex, a key driver of Mpox spread, says Dr. Njai, urges more treatment centers instead of lockdowns. You'll see a photo of Alhaji Njai on the front page, and also Freetown Youth Embrace Legacy of War, Hero Johnny Smith Heritage Symposium. Another story, NRA Commissioner engages Moyamba residents on importance of tax compliance. Sierra Leone launches neurosurgery services with international backing. And finally, on the front page, race for AFDB top job hits up a 60th annual meeting open in Abidjan. All of the stories and more you go get on the front page of the Aoko newspaper publication. There is an interesting story on the front page before you go, Usman, of the Aoko newspaper, talking about unprotected sex, a key driver of Mpox spread in the country, according to Dr. Njai. And this now something where the ministry and the National Public Health Agency don't talk about, especially when it comes to the part of the body force where Mpox they affect the genitalia. And now he is saying that now one of the key driver in terms of the spread of Mpox in the country, and it's quite worrisome after seeing some of the photos of how it affects the genital areas.
Absolutely. I think more public education is important for the people in Freetown and people within the countryside upline. People we not get education about sex and how this disease Mpox, as you clearly just mentioned, therefore say it is spread rapidly with regards to unprotected sex. So again, I go want to say this publicly. People forgot to use condom
or abstain. For the moment. Abstinence for the moment. You don't think that the best?
There are some who say I will not be able to abstain for more than a month or a week. But I think protected sex, that is the way to go. Protected sex for population, for make sure say at least even if not that side anymore, we're able to spread Mpox through unprotected sex.
Okay, thanks for joining me this morning, Usman. Away from that, we look at the topics where I make mention of earlier inside the show as Takugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary temporarily closed to the public due to illegal encroachment. And this now a particular issue where we don't deal with for months now. And there was a day where we talked to somebody from the sanctuary. We tell you about how people don't they encroach, don't they build houses or construct building closer to the sanctuary, and this alone don't they make don't be a threat to the chimpanzee them, and even tourists them we can go now the chimpanzee for see this chimpanzee and know how the sanctuary don't they run over the years. And of course the government may take actions at that moment. Usai they demolish some of the structures and want people them not for build now around the sanctuary again when a protected area. But it seems as if where the government stop that particular demolition, they intend for forget about waiting don't they happen around the sanctuary. Other people, other set of people, all the same people them don't go about the same activity in the sanctuary. And according to the head of the sanctuary, this is a tiring situation for him. And at the moment, then they close the sanctuary for put a lot of measures in place. And according to waiting them post na them Facebook page, I'll go through them a bit before we start the conversation. It say yesterday we made a difficult decision to temporarily close Takogama Chimpanzee Sanctuary to the public until further notice. It said this does not mean we are stopping our mission, far from it. It said behind closed doors our team continues to give their all to care for the 122 resident chimpanzees. It said we also promised you all an update on our latest rescue, Asana, and his and here it is. It said we estimate he is around 8 months old, weak, scared, and still battling of cold and infected, damaged baby teeth, and so many other things where they make mention of. But part of the notice as well, they make mention say, it said the encroachment beyond park boundaries remains a serious issue. It said we are grateful to His Excellency the President of Sierra Leone for personally ordering law enforcement to act. It said initial efforts removed some illegal structures near the sanctuary. Sadly, enforcement stopped 3 months ago, and encroachment on the flats is now rapidly approaching our perimeter. They say our team is still finding traps dangerously close to the chimpanzee enclosures. They say this poses a direct threat to the 122 rescued chimpanzees and the ecosystem. And one way for able for tackle them issues here or for protect the chimpanzees for now is according to the sanctuary and for make them permanently temporarily close, so that they go put a lot of measures in place as way for salvage this particular situation. I go start with John on this issue of the closure of the chimpanzee sanctuary.
Thank you very much. When you look at waiting that happen at the chimpanzee sanctuary, we clearly go see a lack of coordination. People know they support government activities, because we see huge investments that go on there. I don't go there early this year. I see a lot of investment where they go at the sanctuary, but you see people and they encourage. We don't wonder waiting they happen whether state institutions know they up to the tax, because looking at the Ministry of Lands, where I do believe they get the authority for allocate land to people. Where's the people and they go bill aside way, actually they're not supposed for bill. And when you ask them, they will tell you see they get paper and they get all everything. So I want to say, like, we really need to be serious about what would they do. It's not good for us, it's not good for the country image. For me, we are the right choice to hear, I feel pain, because it is scared certain people for come. And the way tourists in the kind of country, we know they get money, we know a lot of implication where that gets to we all. So we actually want made the state authorities made a step up for do the work because we they see when things to go, they see then they can go to Germany and demolish, and they still build up the same structure. But again, one foresee the local authorities in that locality, the I think you call them the headman, the woman, they also get role for playing this, because a lot of fingers in the point at them.
Yeah.
Also fingers in the point also at the ministry. So we want to see actually a lot of investigation if we go into play. We want to see where the ACC, for example, can come in and do a lot of things, because this has to do with corruption. It has to do with corruption because this now state-owned property. It's not for people who can misuse or people who can serve as an hindrance to the progress. But let's see where ACC will come in to hold people accountable. Where is the Minister of Lands, not the DU, hold on to account.
So you talk about, collaborative efforts as well for, eradicate this part of deforestation, the protected areas. Looking at the work of the EPA, the Ministry of Lands, the Ministry of Environment, National Tourism, the Ministry of Tourism, is it that you mean that they all four come together for able fight this threat, or is it that the people where they encroach these areas, they are so powerful that the ministries or institutions involved not able to fight them?
Well, me not see them as so powerful because nobody know powerful past government. Okay. And I want for to say a lot of compromise they take place. Whereas allegedly ministry officials and the councillors, the local authorities, the men, that the locality, all they play role. Except let me say we get for do a lot of investigation into this. SEC need for come on board. Like anybody will play role. Now a certain area we're not supposed to go build it, we go build it. If you all that person put time into thorough investigation, it must bring call names. And then people are all
You're saying the ACC, I still they ask the question of what if the set of people that really encroach this particular protected area, they are top government officials as people they claim.
I say earlier that nobody know the way big past government, because you take we all from the government, they make we all the votes. So nobody know no matter you or you position our authority. For example, whether you're a chief minister, whether you're an ambassador, whether you're big past government, because we all make government. When you put we all as Sierra Leone all make government. So no matter what, I not say because some people go fail for act because of the people them allegedly we don't go build at that place there.
Okay.
So what we need for do, may we be clear about what you would do. Let we conscious and so right to Sierra Leone. Because if you check in, just like how they say, sometimes I want minister, sometimes I want director, sometimes I want top government officials don't go build at that certain locality. I will go there, allegedly then say I want Nigeria man, one place where they upside. There's not one Nigeria man they build or so. I don't know whether not two or so. I will go there. I go investigate myself. So let's see. Let's do thorough investigation.
Okay.
And for unearth the truth. For me, it gets a lot of implication to the country. Nobody no go like for can get refreshed. Because anybody they can't tourism now for can refresh himself and try relax, get some memory movement. Then you kind of a place where you go sit down, they enjoy yourself, then somebody go light the bush, then you see fire.
Okay.
They come, a lot of threats. When I not go to say you come back to Sierra Leone.
Okay.
So we need for step up.
Yeah, according to the notice where the sanctuary put out as well, now that they trap them where people where they encroach affect one of the chimpanzees, and the chimpanzee badly injured, and they try for see how they can able for give treatment so that it not go lost in life. And this show how serious this particular issue be to wildlife conservation, especially where Sierra Leone don't make chimpanzee with national animal for some years now. Mr. Abdul on this.
Thank you very much. You see, very disheartening what thing happened. So, for me, I did look at two things. But before I highlight them things, let me ask yourself so many questions. We're very important. And one, what in government don't they do all this while? Because encouragement not a new thing. Okay, over the years, government after government, not the same thing. Okay, before somebody grab, you go build some side, you go through certain procedure. The person not just grab no more, you go build. So, but before this person can build, I mean, you don't go through so many processes, get paperwork, now lands and EPA, NPPA, other agencies involved. But for over the years, we know say that particular area they in a protected zone. and we know say Takogoma yanda na place where na sanctuary for chimpanzee with national animal. Okay, but for whatever reason, people in don't go, they don't build, and government are aware of that. Not like say government no, government no. So if we don't come to this stage whereby they don't close the temporarily, I think it's sad. Like I say initially, I they look at two things. First, the financial implication and the threat to the animals the way they did. Okay, if we can recall, Takogoma it started almost 30 years ago. Okay, this guy what they call Bala Americani and Wef. Them they travel along the forest. They meet this small chimpanzee. We get trapped. So at that point, they buy this chimpanzee for $20 and decide to find a place. At the end of the day, and get that particular place there, whereby they decide, okay, yeah, then they use it as a sanctuary for other chimpanzee. We would the first threat, and then over the years, guess what happened? I mean, that place don't become a tourist attracted site, and over the years, that particular place they don't become one of the most visited place. What in that means? It means the government they get income where they support the economy.
Okay.
All right. Now, when they don't can close this place, it can affect the government. Then one, two. Now the running of that particular place, and now when tourists then come, then pay. Now that money then they use for run that particular place. Now, if they don't can close,
is it that some set of people they think say the activities of the sanctuary not too favorable or not too important, we make then don't decide for encroach the land or the ecosystem of the chimpanzees?
Well, if they think so, I will blame them. No. Because they lack the understanding. Okay, now the responsibility of the government, if this government is serious, okay, protected area, these are places you protect, you make sure say they enforce unto the letter. There are laws, not for say laws they not do, laws than they. You understand? Okay. For those areas, but because the government, the laggard, the institution, the agencies, they don't compromise. I mean, so at the end of the day, let somebody get the gut for go build structure. Now, say we say okay, even let's assume the distance. I mean, say it's going to be eventually because somebody else will come and say, let me self can build, and that's why they go until they get rid of that place.
Okay, and in this case, like where the chimpanzee, one of them, Ballad, and they say this thing don't go on and on for years now, and it's high time then close temporarily for make them put measures in place. What do you think say need for be done at this moment from the chimpanzee angle and from the angle of the government?
Well, the government need for be serious, meaning that they get for make sure see like how they don't start, they don't just enforce for a period of time because people alarm don't grab up, then after a while then stop. You understand? Then get for make sure say this is a continuous process. Make sure say then get a perimeter whereby nobody should cross that line. Okay. If then they enforce to the latter and continuously, I'll tell you for fact, one thing about Sierra Leone, we are law abiding. But the fact on the other hand, government over time, government in, government out, they come, make laws. At the end of the day, you see them count that tension. Then after a while, you see them then calm down. And the Sierra Leonean, they don't used to that, say, now first time. At the end of the day, they will do what they get for do. But I'll tell you fact, Sierra Leonean, they are very law abiding. What in the government need for do, then get for be serious.
Okay. Away from that topic, they will look at another one. Osai Chadi talk about widespread police misconduct and unlawful detention across some police stations in the country, and they say this inside the report of one findings when they do quite recently, and Osai they monitor, they conduct a monitoring exercise across some major police station them na the western area, and according to waiting them find out so far, 178 individual them then are custody, and them say them visit some parts of the police station then at the country, especially western area, outside then go na CID in the first place at the criminal investigation department headquarters, outside then say 89 suspects, 71 female and 8 male, they in detention. And Lumley police station 39 suspects, 37 male and 2 female, they in detention. And the central police station, Aberdeen police station, Congo Cross. And according to Chadi, then say while this figure they show reduction in detention na Congo Cross and Lumley, they be able for get information through the findings. Say CID headquarters continue for reflect a troubling increase in the number of people we then detain. And according to the report, it say particularly alarming cases where they uncover na CID headquarters. Also, one man they don't hold him over 6 months in a detention, and far exceeding the legal detention limit when 72 hours according to the report, 72 hours to 10 days. Additionally, then say 15 other individuals them don't wait legal advice for more than 2 weeks, and they say this pattern of prolonged detention without charging these cases, you know, they don't persist now other police station them across the country, with 20 cases na CID headquarters, 6 na Lumley, 4 na Central Police, according to the reports where this particular institution do. Well, you know, as a way for look at these claims where Chadi make inside this report, we go talk to somebody from the Sierra Leone police for you know, say waiting them then think about the report, and waiting then think say right or wrong about the report, and waiting or whose measures they need for put in place as way for minimize this number of you know, detainees where they na various custody them na various police station them inside the western area. I go start with John on this particular issue.
First I want for comment Chadi, because a lot of civil society need to look at that angle, the people and the way they in detention, and then they go through a lot, you know. The aspect of overcrowding now one key issue, but other thing in the way they happen ourselves them way, you know, we need for honor them. I want for say kudos to Chadi for this one. This, to be honest, they expose a lot na the justice sector. You know, this is a territory we need for do a lot need to be done. Imagine somebody they are just a suspect, they are in detention for just 6 months. What if the crime way he actually commits something at 1 month, if even take and go court and then the remand and finally convict and then a 1 month sentence or 3 months. Now the man almost suffer, they can suffer for 6 months. Not even a charge. Levy. So they make when they ask a question, is it they just hold this man unlawfully and go keep him? Because we are investigation, people don't investigate, police officers don't investigate, they don't know say, first of all, we don't say any case we go to police, when the charge go courts now the charge the inspector of the IG. Yeah. So one for know whether the first party when a complainant to this matter, whether I even go make a statement to police. So this it don't give an opener for me. We really as journalists for be curious about what's happening, because these people are right now, they are victims of the circumstances now where they affect them. Me and you two no exempt from that. Anybody can be a victim. So what for colon, we don't know actually which side the gap is, which side the problem really lies. But this is a problem where really good for the justice sector.
You're looking at the days or where people spend in detention, especially in a CID. Don't be a call for concern. Not only now where Chadi they put out those issue. There was a story where they follow up of a teacher where they say allegedly rape in school Pekin, and the Pekin may later die. And on several occasions we don't try for talk to the police, CID, even the Attorney General, we ensure we say it go call a press briefing. That was like 2 or 3 months ago for updates the public about why the case don't stall. Ever since we not seen nothing like that, and people keep they ask question as to why the police for continuously detain people for more than 1 month safe. In the case of this particular person and Chadi they talk about, don't they in detention for 6 months.
So For me, I think a lot of capacity need for be done in respect of even the lock up them, the one the way they take statements now police, because they see most of the time the training the way they enroll now for state prosecutor, let's get those people trained again. For no say even this man on there for 3 days, which can crime we commit way for the more than 3 days now, which can crime we commit for the more than 10 days now, where the law not even permit you. So for me, if they try for being our justice, we also know for in turn for tamper on people right, because for keep somebody in a detention up to 6 months, it's sad.
Okay, quick one, Abdul, on this particular issue.
Thank you again. I know say listening and would think say me obsessed with the government, but truth be told, I think I blame the government again, because over the years, when you look this institution, these agencies, okay, now let's say within that particular area, from the police to the prosecutor in the office, and not to say they don't know what happened. For me, they put the law aside, then they do on their own way. Okay, waiting Fatoma do so, again kudos. Okay, and the fact say able come and bring them out, yes, not a new thing again, because I can tell you over the years, now the same thing. I will give back another 2-3 months, 6 months, go back. Now the same thing that happened. In fact, even worse. The fact that I understand when you go now first world side democracy really they thrive. Okay, where you violate somebody in right, the person knows say they get forget a recourse whereby they go to court and sue the government and government the compensator. Trust me, some of them things are not going to happen. But here, how many people want to take that route? At the end of the day, nothing will come bending. So the police, they do on their own way. Then they put the law aside and do on their own way, and nothing they come up. Because over time, you don't have anybody going there to make sure they're doing the right thing. Because at the end of the day, they just do what they feel for do. And when you look even the environment, the cells then, trust me, not to sell for even keep somebody. Yes, the constitution don't say 72 hours to 10 days, depending on the crimes where you commit. I mean, you as a police officer, you know that. Not to say they don't know, you know. If depend on the crime, you know, say this person don't commit this crime. Within that period of time, they for charge, leave them.
So in a case wherein, investigators then fall short of such an issue, holding somebody in custody for 6 or more than 6 months, who are responsible for looking to the matter and see how they can able for amend such issues, especially where you make mention, say, according to the constitution, for all person in custody for more than 10 days.
First of all, the police people and we did it, then they train them. Okay, they know that now the law. In as much they get forget directive from the prosecutor in office, but however now they get for layers. Call them. We don't keep this person for this period of time. We not think say by law he's supposed to be there. You understand? Advice. I think you don't cover your own back. But if you sit on the comfortable, you keep somebody, you violate your right. You are aware. You know that within you. You understand? I think it's unfair.
Okay, away from that topic, they will look at another topic quickly before we open the phone line. Inside the Sierra Leone Hospitality and Tourism Association don't appeal for lower airport charges as way for revitalize the tourism sector, and then make this public call because of the way and manner and say the charges now the Sierra Leone the Lunge International Airport or the Freetown International Airport na Lunge, don't be a burden to a lot of people them in terms of traveling in and out of the country. So because of this, we go talk to Johnny Shalop on the phone, the president for the Sierra Leone Hospitality and Tourism Association. We go tell we as to the reason we didn't find interest in this particular issue inside the show. We try for get on to Johnny for talk to we and inside the program. Looking at the charges of the services na the airports, and this na an issue where people don't they complain for some time now, especially when it come to one particular fee where people they pay and say not even necessary for pay, because at the end of the day they not see the impact where that particular fee they create into the activities of the airport or so. So this time around, this institution is calling on the airport authority for decrease the charges we then they give to people or levy to people them when they travel in and out of the country. We get on the phone Johnny Shalop. Good morning and welcome to the show. Hello. Hello? Hello, Johnny? Well, we'll try to get on to Johnny for make it talk to we inside the program. But I'll start with John on this particular issue of charges, airport charges, where people don't become fed up with, according to Sierra Leone Hospitality and Tourism Association.
I think everybody where they travel don't be fed up with this because now extra burden. Me agree fan so as extra burden.
Okay. Hello, excuse me. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, good morning and welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, we just talk about on our call for lower the airport charges as way for revitalize the tourism sector. Why on find interest in this particular issue?
Well, we think, by lowering the taxes to go possibly able to gain more new flights signing up to the airport. We think, we'll go get more flow of tourists and also lowering the cost of the tickets them.
So, talking about these charges, if you they call at this moment for lower these charges at this particular point, means say perhaps not quite necessary for levy then charges here against the people where they come in and go out of the country. So what are some of the charges where una actually want for make them lower in terms of the airport sector?
No, so what thing really need to happen is that government will need to set up a committee for really take a look into these charges them and see if there are any duplication of charges or why really the cost of the ticket so high compared to the regional. Like where you talk, for example, Guinea, where you talk, for example, Ghana, or maybe Ivory Coast or Gambia, when are we most direct competitor.
So is it about the ticket alone, or there are other charges where we are not satisfied with?
Well, like I say, I'm not going to go into details yet about that, but we're taking a look at how we can able to open up these, I would say, the list of charges, then where they make up the taxes for the ticket. Well, we take a look at that, then we're able to know more into why is it that we take it and then more expensive.
Is it only about, I ask again, because if you talk to the public, you might as well state the different charges where you make mention of, not just the tickets where you make mention of. So
no, but then charges and they make up part of the ticket. Apart from the airline, you own charge for
what are the other charges? What are the other charges we make up the ticket in price?
As I said, we not take a look at Dandy yet. We just call for let's take a look at it.
Thank you. And name now Johnny Shalop, President for the Sierra Leone Hospitality and Tourism Sector. They make the call, but seems no one for explain to the public what are the various charges that we comprise of the tickets. Charges or price now the airports. Yes, John, carry on.
It's quite interesting. Like I see in the I know I'm going into right, and we ticket how for coming to that so expensive. I make plenty people now they go Guinea. It's sad for we. It gets a lot of implication, economic implication, whereas because we not get better passenger than I have, because all the passengers don't get now. Most of the passengers then they won't go Guinea for fly, go to different places where they go. So it means we lost a lot of things, because even this airport fuel them put that $25.
That was what I was expecting from the guy. If you come to the public and ask or demand for make them reduce or lower the price of such charges, you might as well answer the question as to waiting comprise of the charges.
I agree. That airport fee, you don't hold so many people in airport day. So even people in foreigners then come visit. When they reach and you just ask them get for pay, like what? Why? A lot of people ask questions. Why? Especially people who never can saloon. There are some people we get for one go to airport and go pay for some then tower, so we won't get. You just get for left them. They make some people for even come back now with country. they send that kind of information where they go. So one for sure, whereas it's either they remove and totally offend the airlines them.
Okay.
For fair way, how them go they pay.
Inside
small thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And let them find a way for address this issue, because when it lie on it's a burden where they travel. Maybe they even think of that. When you reach the airport, they ask you for $25 for go. Okay. So like waiting this. Just let me go pull this money. So one for sure as the tourism, the airline sector, for come on board, government come on board, and they make a very good call. Just like maybe then they afraid now, sometimes they get some kind of power where they think say go at them. But this is the truth. A lot of people they go Guinea won't me know. Instead of them pass now this airport, they go Guinea, and they lost a lot of money. Let them find a way where the different airlines them where they come with them plane and then they pay for them. I believe that's the way to go for take the burden from the people. And when they talk about this is a year of tourism and all of these things are set back, and if me can salon, then come hold me for that now where I don't get that money. Well, I go tell me picking and I go under at $25. Fair that country go enjoy. Okay, and Abdul, quick one before we open the phone line.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the latest are not even $25. Then we don't increase them to $35. Okay. Then get another additional $100 we pay for, let's say, navigational and safety other issues. Like my brother say, it's unfortunate. Sometimes when government they make negotiation with private companies on things we get for affect the people indirectly, sometimes they wonder what in can they think. The airport currently in a private company in the operator, we in Canada put the new money. We for the next 25 years, I think for run this airport and then build and based on what they call BOT, it built offer and transfer until then recoup all the money and whatever they don't put before then transfer to the government. So within this process, would they affect more? The people, let me bother say, I mean, you see the impact right now. You get so many people when they want to travel, then they left go Guinea, pull out from wherever they come, can Guinea, can Salou. You know how many money we don't lose? You know how many toys they don't left for Kaya as a result of that? And when you look at the sub-region, even within Africa, Sierra Leone has one of the highest taxes. It's sad, it's unfortunate, because for me, the people are the loser. Because at the end of the day, somebody they come out, they come for can enjoy, bring money, then government go into a contract whereby they don't even understand what is the implication. So at the end of the day,
you think they don't understand the implication?
Well, they understand. But for me, either two things, they understand, then deliberately ignore that part there and decide, say, you know what, let we go to the get now, and anything happen after, we don't care. Okay. So I think that kind of situation with it. So for now, I don't know why Mr. Charlotte bring up this issue. For me, not to new thing. The team in non-camp, even from before they even start for enforce, then charges here. This team in non-camp over and over. So for me, it's like a bring up. It's like you're going to beat a dead horse. Nothing is going to change for now because now private company they order.
So why you say nothing is going to change?
Because
why did they get a renegotiation?
Well, how is that going to happen? Because these are people now. Then put the money, okay, on BOT. Okay. You understand? Now then put the money. So now then they control. And for businessman. Then can always say profit is king. Even if maybe circumstances change where they will look and say, you know what? I mean, there's something we can do to reduce it. They will never do it.
Okay.
See, Alina, we know what will happen. Where prices go, we ever say candle? No.
Yeah, John, you want to say something?
Yeah, because some of this still they happen. See, Alina, who bad to receive. There are certain people when they look at the way they happen. There are certain people where they benefit from this tax when they put so this airport fee. Yeah. So let's. I believe it's something will happen. Now a good start. I want to applaud them, but they're not afraid. Charlie, they come out publicly and call the wrong. Come out and call the wrong. This is for us. It's for all of us, for the general good. So let's tell government this is not right. It's a burden on us. Try to review this thing because it's affecting us.
Okay.
Because most of the ministers when they go through, I'm not really saying the people. I tell somebody, if you wear transport, they go up. Where fuel, they go up. The ministers, them, these are not feeling like how they feel them. Because most of them get, as if fuel cheat or what?
Yeah, fuel cheat.
Then they give them.
There was a stakeholder in the aviation sector we put up an argument say those fees are something where anybody where they travel for pay possibly add up not they travel.
Well, I disagree respectfully. There are people where they travel now based on scholarship. I go China, me one block no go there.
But I reach na airport, they ask me for pay $25. And just because I get the awareness, say, oh, I go there, I they pay. What about other people when they put upline? Imagine I work na Kubola. I get a scholarship there from the Chinese embassy here for Congo. I don't get that money, I reach na airport. So now answer me say for that $25, they're not for travel. So let's review this.
Okay. We open the phone line now and take some calls. 07999949993. Now the number for call and make your contribution inside the show. We got a first caller. Your name outside the call from.
Good morning, Mario Precious George. Concerned citizen planting.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I just want for it comes to you just then the hitter between on the nail. I mean, what can you say, Mario, concerning this tourism? You know, it's so sad that the government, when they say, when they come for govern we, but then they come for rule we, in the way we, now we do suffer. I mean, these airport charges, just imagine, as you call us, $135. Who said their money did they go? Who said effectively again away? What's in it? Do all the money, if they can have the economy set now, with expanded wage bill they go pan. You know, it also dynamic, even with not only government officials and the travel through the airport, dynamics of one call with the best way say some of them know the pay.
Okay.
And even the national team, they want travel pass and go to Guinea. It's so embarrassing. Everybody, even on official with in pass and go to Guinea.
Thank you.
It's a shame. It's a shame. I guess me concern me go.
Yes, 07999949993 and the number for call and make a contribution inside the show. It is the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. Good morning, your name outside the call from. Okay, go ahead.
You know, they are free. You know, just like when they talk about the land grabbing, way pushing the good bill, aside we no fit for the bill. You know, one thing we they make is that now this country here, because who are responsible? You the head. Because what you make them make you as a minister for day, now for let somebody know go on the side in there because they know everything. Any outside you go buy. But they get a GPS. I see them make and they go tell you say this na so person here na wetland here na this. So in the end that year, but we won't forget them. You know, but we are what happen na poor people in the suffer. But when watch Guinea na soldier man they do, soldier and soldier man they do. When he ready for pull land na somebody and the opposition say Ludalen, he go build na one side where if na for poor people, you know, then out then side the way na poor man then local out when a poor man forget me. But he go he buy like where government land. But he said go now you man can I say no, he say yeah na for poor people. People are they he make am to miss side the way na cultural the one what everybody they benefit watching a cultural.
Thank you.
You know, you be full, you be Madingo, you be local, you be this, all man they go benefit.
Thank
but
you.
You know what did happen?
07999949993 now the number for call and make a contribution inside the show. It is the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. Hello.
Good morning. Now side from Central.
Yes, go ahead.
You see, the end tax and the first thing, they're all incorporated into the cost of the ticket. But over time, some of them airlines they're not reliable. Then they collect the money they know they pay back to the authority. Now that's not the crisis. I mean, so you go to some places, all the tax they handle charges, airport tax, ways until they contribute to the security fund with the airport employee for maintaining security and that place. All these are taxes. But now we then can pull them, then transfer the payment of that tax to the individual. Now you make it look careful. But when you been there, it inside the tickets, you know they even know. But again, yeah, the airports now through and the rent tax and they didn't get for cook the money.
Okay, thank you.
The best one for them. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. 07999949993 and the number for call and make a contribution inside the show. They take more calls. We get another caller. Your name outside the call from.
Hello.
Yes, your name outside the call from.
Okay, Pamusa the call advisor.
Okay.
The lion agree with you for say the poor they continue for be poor. The one we don't go up in they continue no more for go up. You know they think about the one they would and they don't. Then after they go up no more, they know they look under. Believe me, my brother. So Salon, We the poor, not to for Sierra Leone. We would then no more always now for the suffer. Then people that then they suffer then they suffer all the time. Believe me, go Eastern Police. You say like all man can take one packet water. You they see how people then they rush Panam. If they really know say yes, people then they need. But then people that then keep them money then and then bank is there. Believe me, they know they think about the poor. Then the X taxes, like say we not to Sierra Leoneans. Believe me, my brother, this is painful. It's painful really. But it's not a problem. We left for case God.
0799949993. We'll take a few more calls inside the show and try for wrap up. Hello, your name outside the call from? Hello? Hello? 0799949993. Few more calls and we wrap up the show. Your name outside the call from?
Hello, Mariam. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm sister. May God bless. We now we get passion for the ordinary person. Mariam, as I talk to you, so we dey see the tax system. Me na airport. Look me on that interpol. Near our international airport. But hey, well anyway, but Mariam, according to the tax, the ordinary people, and this one there, it come up from Commander Jibo. I tried to go Marius. It time like say Edway come for total iron. Now iron is the total go na grave. Now how the country they go salon? You work for na no way for you. You are don't get. Now you get some more. Now as I tell you, I dem this place which are this first get to there. Yes, Malokoba. I dey tell you right now, people in that village then they can cry right now.
Okay.
Marius, I swear to God, because at least they go lock and they don't give them money, they no benefit out of the money at all.
Okay, thank you, Commander Jibo. 079994993. We'll take two more calls and wrap up the show this morning. But the topics that we'll discuss, of course, Chadi, we try for get somebody from the Sierra Leone Police for respond to this report which Chadi issued out, and media to be agree for talk to me and later decline for talk to me inside the show this morning. As we forget a balanced story. Good morning, your name outside the call from?
Yeah, good morning. This is Abakai from it.
Yes, go ahead.
Come to this airport. Even this airport says if you get told where you dey go na the airport, you dey pass that toll place be free. Where they come out, they depend to the time where they take. Where you dey come with the motor car, get amount where they pay. So imagine our country.
One more call, 07999949993. Just one more call and wrap up the show. You name outside the call from?
I doubt that they call from Duazako.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, I mean these taxes, who don't pass mark the taxes. But now just yesterday, now the fourth segment, they talk about what the IMF, World Bank, they don't do to this country. So we they try for raise fund. But if we pass mark for raise the fund, then we they lost all because they drive people there. We don't go put with flag and people there airline. We call it Sierra Leone airline. They run an airport where the citizen then they run away from, go Guinea, take airline, from go outside them and go. This is bad. We not go rule a country by taxes alone. Let's say other side then we'll go raise fund for run this country.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Padauda. Well, we're not going to take any more calls inside the show. I will start with John as a way of wrapping up the show this morning.
Oh yes. We don't hear the callers there. This day, they send a clear message to authorities the way concerned, say the people are really concerned. This is a wake-up call. They suffer for so many things that we're not supposed to suffer for. And may them get this in mind. They're in government now. One day, somehow they will be out of government, and I tell them will know the reality. They will come back to us.
Okay, Abdul, as a way of wrapping up.
You know, for conclude, what you can say, just like Peking, we out there, anything we have put on, I think say in Mama Papa for do something, So government and citizen and they equally on all the three issues. Government get a bigger role to play on Takoguma. What in government for to make sure say there has to be continuous enforcement. No, they can't you enforce 1 month, 2 months, then you become laggard. Then after you know it will not solve the problem. Now you go to the airport thing. You understand? One thing with business people, not greedy people. I think for me, if Suma Google sit down and look at two things now, say okay. If we allow this charges stand, what thing they happen? We know the impact already. The traffic don't reduce. Okay, is it possible for us to recoup money within this period of time? Considering the fact, even when the yuan versus the dollar, you know, is always increasing, it's very unlikely. So I think what thing then for use common sense, whereby say, okay, no what? Let's reduce these taxes. Whereby we get more people in the camp. When you get more people, more traffic. I mean, you make a lot of money. Okay. But if you just focus on that particular aspect, that 130 at that moment, I don't think they will be able to recoup the money. Finally, on Chadi, I think I want to recommend Abdul Fatoma. I done a wonderful job over the years. But I also want to appeal to her. I notice over the years, in all the focus on political detainees, I mean, we see how they don't suffer and get some people and still they're in detention above the limit. So I think I want to encourage her. Let also focus on that angle for talk for political prisoners as well.
Thank you so much, Abdul Bero Kamara, Editor-in-Chief, Sledgehammer Online News, and also John Kooma, Editor for the Executive Newspaper. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us inside the show this morning. Thanks also to everybody who make the show possible. DJ Wonder, we always give you technical support inside the studio. Abubakar Bendu and Soyi Sisemekuna Siri live on Facebook. To CD and the rest of the guys in our Slick Television Control Room, thank you so much for putting us live on TV. The producers of the show are Reginald Brian, Ojokutu Sawyer, and James Kamaramane, executive producer Teresa Thomas. Until tomorrow, where we go join you again with the midweek edition of the Epic Morning Show. Marion Precious George say, anyway, stay blessed and have a lovely day.